Ladies and gentlemen, Boswell Media Sports presents Friday Night Football.
Boswell Media Sports presents Leake Academy Rebel Football. Now, here is the voice of the Rebels,
Philip Palmertree.
It's Week 10 of Leake Academy Football 2024 on Friday, October 25, the final game of the regular season. And in Madden tonight, the Rebels play for the MAIS 5A Central Division title against the Simpson Academy Cougars. Last Friday, LA escaped with a 35-34 district win at Red Hot Lamar. With the game tied 28-28 in the fourth quarter, Leake put together a 12-play, 67-yard drive that culminated with a 1-yard TD run by junior quarterback George Wilcox with 6.5 minutes to play. The Raiders zoomed down the field in just 100 seconds for a TD pass, but missed the extra point kick that would have tied the game. Leading 35-34, the Rebs took the kickoff, and they got physical, earning first down after first down and keeping the ball in their hands for the final 5 minutes to secure the win that lifts Leake to 6-3 overall and 2-1 in the district. Tonight, Simpson comes to the 4-8-8 at 5-5 overall, but tied with Leake and Lamar in first place in the division at 2-1. They knocked off Capaya last week, 27-14. And this Simpson team is loaded with seniors. These Cougars do what previous Simpson teams are known for: physical, aggressive play centered on running the ball, but with a QB and receivers who can throw it over the top of a defense when they least expect it. So get ready for another hard-hitting Leake versus Simpson classic in a game with massive playoff implications for both teams. Hi, everyone. Welcome to the Wendy's Pregame. I'm Philip Palmertree. Billy Steen is our studio producer. Brooklyn Wade is our camera operator. Sam Rigby's on standby. And we all thank you for listening on Cruisin' 98, Cruisin' 98 mobile app, and streaming live at kicks96news.com. You can watch LA football on the Triple M Motors video stream. A link to it is available at kicks96news.com. And that takes you to the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. Tonight's broadcast is powered by Central Electric Power Association. Before we get to that 7 o'clock kickoff, I'll give you the Junction starting lineups. Sam Rigby will help us size up the Simpson Cougars. But first, we have an appointment with the Rebels head coach, Brian Pickins. All that coming to you straight ahead as the Wendy's pregame continues from Boswell Media Sports.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Baptist League Rural Health Clinics have a variety of healthcare options with primary care, pediatrics, and women's health, providing care at 3 locations in Carthage, Walnut Grove, and Madden. Call 601-267-1470 today to schedule your appointment. Extended hours and Saturdays are available at our primary care clinic located in Carthage. Baptist League, making your health care our #1 priority.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Whether you have a honey-do list or a big-time construction project, Small Town Rental is ready to deliver. From mini excavators, skid steers, trenchers, tillers, augers, and so much more. You'll find Small Town Rentals on Highway 16 in Carthage, across from the hospital. And they even deliver so you can get results instead of excuses. Follow Small Town Rental on Facebook and find out how Blair Purvis, the guy with the pink gooseneck trailer, can help you reserve your equipment today. Tune in next time when you'll hear Little Bit say,
I'm meant for my daddy so he can buy me more horses.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens.
And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
The Wendy's pregame coming your way as we get you ready for Leake Academy and Simpson in a Week 10 final regular season ball game with lots of postseason implications hanging in the balance. We have head coach Brian Pickins with us. And, Coach, we first need to talk about that thriller of a ball game in Meridian last week where the Rebels took down Lamar School, a red-hot team, 35-34 in a game where the teams just traded blows. But I know you're proud of that final 5-6 minutes of the ball game especially.
Oh, yeah. It was like I said, first of all, it was a super game. It was kind of one of those games that, that's what it should have been. It was, two teams. Lamar's one of the top teams in our district. And, it was a big game for us because of now what's coming up this week as far as, playing for a district championship. We knew we had to get by that one. Had to go down there. Lamar's played really well at home. And they had weapons all over that field. And like I said, I thought defensively did a great job of containing some of those weapons. They kind of did some things that we hadn't seen because we took certain things away from them that they had been doing. But we got down early 7-0. Our kids responded and they just kept responding. And there's 14-6, and then we responded, got the 2-point conversion, made it 14-14, and then therefore half they scored and we scored, missed the extra point, and went at halftime 21-20. But the thing about this group is that they're just a resilient group, and that's the best way I can describe them. There hasn't been a game that we've been in the last few years with this group that we've ever felt like we were out of it. We felt like sometimes, literally, there's an old saying, you don't get beat, you run out of time. And with this group, it was sometimes when we've gotten beat, we felt like we just ran out of time. And because they really, when you say you don't have anybody quitting, this group does not quit. They keep on battling, and that's exactly what they did. And then we were able to take the lead, make it 28-21. And Lamar, they're a talented group. They responded back and made it 28-28. Then we took the lead 35, and then there at the end they scored, missed the extra point, and like you asked me about, we get the ball back with 5:01. Looked at the clock, it's 5:01. Our offense is geared up for big plays and high tempo and getting down the field fast. And I was really impressed. We knew what we had to do. We told them, look, guys, we need to run time off the clock. We need to get first downs. And we knew Lamar didn't have any timeouts. They'd taken all their timeouts. So our kids did a super job. And again, I go back to that offensive line. That line had been protecting George all night. And we had some run plays, but we weren't, doing a whole lot of running. We threw more than we ran. And then there at the end, they knew what they had to do, and they did what they needed to. They started opening up holes for Garrett and allowing Garrett to get some, chunks of yards, and we just slowly, methodically drove the ball down the field. And time ran out about the time we got to about the 30 or 20-yard line. So, that's an impressive way to win because, you've been having to respond back. You've been having to, have some big plays to score. And then there at the end, it was just, our line was able to take control of the line of scrimmage and let our backs do their job. You mentioned taking some things away from Lamar. Maybe a lot of people don't know this, but Lamar, comes into that game with one of the best quarterback, wide receiver passing combos in the state with Wyatt Bond at quarterback and then Jalen Trotter out on the edge, their big receiver. And all night you put Jack Harkins there on him and on Trotter and really took him out of the game. He only, I think, caught one pass, got targeted maybe one or two other times. And I know that was
that was a big part of the defensive game plan.
Oh yeah. We knew we had to take him out. That was that was a big play guy. I said 17 was kind of the guy that can keep them moving, keeps the sticks moving. It does a great job at wide receiver. It's a 3 H-back. They'll spread him out, but the number 0, that was a guy that had given those big plays to him, and we knew we had to take away that. We knew we couldn't just let them have a bunch of big plays. What they got, we felt like they needed to work for it, and that's what our defense did.
So this sets up Leake for some really exciting possibilities in the postseason. Coach Pickins and I will talk about that when we return here on the Wendy's pregame.
Walk into the shimmering world of Cross Gates Jewelers and Pearl, where every piece of fine jewelry will tell a story and represent the memories of your life. Their GIA graduate gemologist will show you their exquisite collection of engagement rings and bridal sets, answering any questions you may have when choosing the perfect diamond and setting. Their expert in-house repairs ensures your cherished items are in the best hands. Crossgate Jewelers, located at the corner of Cross Park and Highway 80 in Pearl. You are unique, and your jewelry should be too.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper.
Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station.
Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank hovers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplement. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Attention, deer slayers. We are talking to you.
Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, sets, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there.
Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Welcome back as we bring you forward the Wendy's pregame. Leake and Simpson getting ready to kick off at 7 o'clock, and we're talking with the Rebels head coach, Brian Pickins. Coach, before we talk about what's at stake in this Week 10 ball game tonight, I know you want to say a few things to the Leake Academy family about this week, about Halloween Carnival and all of that wrapping up, culminating tomorrow evening at the school. So I'm going to open the door and let you talk about that for a minute.
Oh, yeah. It's been a super week for us. Probably one of my favorite weeks of the year is Carnival Week. Our parents, our PTO, they do such a great job of preparing all that, and then our parents come out, they volunteer their time, they sell things, they sell food, to the elementary, sell, toys and things like that. To the high school kids enjoy all the food they have out there. And like I said, we couldn't do it without our parents, and every year it's just a new generation steps up, and they, like I said, they do a phenomenal job. And just like I said, it's a fun time to kind of reconnect. I enjoy seeing the former students that are now parents. Like I said, a lot of fun. And then tomorrow night we'll have our fall carnival night. It'll actually be in the gymnasium this year. You used to be in the old gym. Now it's in our main gym. And I would say new gym, but it's got some age on it too, so I'm going to say main gym. But we're kind of changing up the format a little bit as far as where it's at, but it's going to be the same carnival. We'll open the doors at 4, and you'll be coming to the gym, and there'll be booths and things set up. And then at 6, we'll have our big auction. and we invite everybody to come out. It's it's a huge fundraiser. It's a great fundraiser. It's it's unique for us in that our parents do such a good job of it that we raise so much money that a lot of times we get a lot of questions around the state of how do you raise that much money, and I say it's our parents, it's our community that make it such a success. But we invite everybody to come out and enjoy yourself. It's a really fun day, fun evening for you. Come on out. And like I said, it really helps the school. It helps us do a lot of things. The improvements you see around the school, this is where it comes from. So it's a very important event for us, and our people understand that. It's always a success every year. So yeah, come on out and enjoy yourself.
To shift this toward football a little bit, I know coaches and players thrive on routine, week to week, day to day. With a week like this, with Halloween Carnival, homecoming a couple of weeks ago, is it a challenge to maintain that kind of rhythm and routine with players and practice, and because certainly a week like this brings a lot of disruptions in the schedule?
Not really. Our kids are so used to it. You got to think our kids have been doing this since K4, so they look forward to it, and because it is a fun week, they look forward to it. And actually, after lunch, your school day kind of becomes back normal, and so we practice after school. So really, nothing really interferes with anything that we do football wise. I think the kids just enjoy the day, and then I think they're a little bit more fired up getting out there in football.
Well, there's a lot to be fired up about tonight as we've got this final regular season game, a rivalry game against Simpson, and it looks like we're going to have another knockdown, drag-out kind of game. We'll talk about that matchup in the next segment, but if you would explain to Rebel fans and folks tuning in tonight about the playoff implications that hang in the balance in this Leake-Simpson game tonight.
Well, the thing is, you're talking about the Lamar game being big, and that's why Lamar game was big. The Lamar game let us kind of put our fate in our own hands. So tonight, we'll be we're playing, and we're playing for the district title. And what that means to us is, yeah, it's nice to say you're district champions, but more importantly, it means we get a first round bye, and our first playoff game will be at home. But you get a bye, you kind of get to heal up a little bit, take a day or two off and let some healing happen, and just kind of stay in rhythm and get yourself ready for the next week. Now, the other side of that is, if it didn't go the way we wanted it to tonight, then we would be looking at, I don't really know how that stacks up, because we use the PowerPoint system, so there's no way of saying that we would be on the road or hosting. It's not an automatic. It's where do our points stack up for us? So that's kind of an unknown. But most importantly, that's what I've told our kids all week. This is what you've come up here in the summer for. This is what you've worked so hard during the season for, is to control your own destiny here. So, it's going to be a tough game, but, to go out there and do what you need to do, you're district champions, you get a bye, you get to host first round of the playoffs at home. So, to me, that's what makes this game so big.
You mentioned the PowerPoint system, and again, for folks who don't think about it much during the year, now it becomes the thing that's on everybody's mind. We'll talk about that just a little bit. It's a 12-team playoff, and as you mentioned, the top four seeds, the three district winners, and then the next highest finisher in PowerPoints gets the first round bye. 5 through 12 will play next week. And as it is usually coming into this last week of the season, there's not much difference going into tonight's action between, I'd say, about number 4 and number 10 on the list. So as you said, it's going to get jumbled up, but in terms of, who's going to finish in what order. But do say a word to folks about kind of how that PowerPoint system works and what it's designed to do in MAIS playoffs.
I want to say that is something that our association really got right. I would say that we have one of the most exciting competitive playoff brackets that I've ever seen. And it's all based on what we call your PowerPoint. The PowerPoint was designed to reward teams that played good competition week in, week out. For example, to go play 6A schools, you get so many points, and then if you beat a 6A school, you get, it's a lot of reward for you there. But if you do not beat them, you get the points for the games that they win, and and then you play a 5A school that may be really really good quality team. Well, you play them and they beat you, but they go 10-0, you get rewarded for that. You get so many points for how many wins they get. And so a lot of times you can't really look at records. People say, well, they're 5-5 and they're 6-4, wouldn't they automatically be a higher power playoff bracket? No, because there's 4 wins maybe against opponents that didn't have a lot of success during the year, and the one that went 5-5, their 4 opponents may have all gone 9-1, 10-0. So there's a reward for playing these tougher teams. And, our schedule's always been pretty tough. So, a lot of times we do rack up in PowerPoints. So that's what makes it tough to say, if this happens, this is going to happen, because that team that you were counting on to win can get upset. Then and I'll give you a great example. If you take, just take us and Simpson, for instance. Let's say we play a team that beat us, and they play a team that beat them. Well, those 2 teams play each other, then it has a lot of bearing on how our points are going to look, because the team that they played may beat the team that we played, and they get extra points for it. So it's like I said, you have to be a mathematician, and I would lie if I said I'm a great mathematician. So a lot of times I have to rely on people to calculate a lot of that stuff up for me, but it gets a little confusing. But like I said, it keeps it exciting.
Yeah, and I tell people the same thing. I think it's a great system that MAIS has come up with. And yes, it's complicated, but in reality, they're very transparent in how the system's set up, and you can go on the MAIS website and see how the points add up and exactly where the points are coming from and how things change week to week. So there's certainly no cooking of the books that goes on. It's a very transparent kind of system. And like you said, in our case, playing a 6A team like JA in week 1 does us a lot more good in PowerPoints than playing in week 1, playing a 4A team or a 3A team and beating them 42-7 in the opening week.
That's right. You're exactly right. And, it keeps the association very competitive to the end. Back in the old days, 2 teams, would get out of the district. And, people say, well, yeah, that's the way it should be. Yes and no. But, if somebody just, they lost by a point, or, they had a couple of players out, and you lose that key game in week 5, well, your season's just about over with. You could sometimes tell it, back years ago when you would play some of these teams and they really had nothing to play for. Well, now just about everybody's got something to play for because of PowerPoints. And like I said, it keeps it competitive for 10 weeks. So, and I think that just keeps our association a lot more exciting because, like I said, it is competitive for so long.
But in case someone feels like they don't know what we're talking about anymore, we'll bring it back to the simple thing. We need to win tonight, and a lot of good things are out in front of us, correct?
That's right. As I tell the kids, don't base everything on somebody adding and subtracting. Let's go out there and let's handle our business and control our own destiny.
Well, when we come back from this upcoming break, Coach Pickins and I will talk about what the Rebels need to do to seize that district crown against Simpson tonight. So stay with us as the Wendy's pregame continues.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West in Carthage.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-thru and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
big discounts at Triple M Motors. That's right. Big dealer discounts plus GM consumer rebates means you save big.
Not in the market for a new ride? Check out our pre-owned.
Triple M Motors carries a good selection of SUVs, cars, and trucks. Stop by or check us out on the web at triplemmotors.com. That's triplemmotors.com.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
Here we are back again with a final segment of the Wendy's pregame before we get to the 7 o'clock kickoff between your Leake Academy Rebels and Simpson. And Coach Pickins is with us for one more segment. And of course, here we talk about the opponent. And for my part, Coach, this is the 4th year that I've covered a Leake Simpson game. And I'll tell anybody anywhere that the 3 that I've seen have been some kind of physical ball game, young men really hitting hard, really just limping off the field when it's done. And I'm sure we're going to have another ball game like that tonight.
Oh, yeah. Well, what you're seeing two football programs that got a lot of pride in what they do. Simpson, they've had some phenomenal years, back in the, 2000s and then, here even in the recent day, they've played, back-to-back state championships. So like I said, you got to program a lot of pride. And then you take our kids, our kids, they've got a lot of pride in our program. And so when you get that, you're always going to get a hard hit, just hard-nosed football game. And then these kids have been playing since 7th grade against each other. So it's 2 teams that are very familiar with each other. It's 2 teams that played junior high and high school, going back to when all these kids were in elementary. So these were elementary kids seeing Leake and Simpson play, and when they were behind the goalpost throwing a football, and then they got to get in junior high and go play Simpson, and vice versa. So like I said, it's just it's one of those games. It's a hard nose. You know what you're going to get. The kids know starting Monday. This is what's coming at us Friday night. And so the coach, they're the fun games. They're the ones that the kids know what they got to do. And so we just kind of get them coached up and get on that field.
Tonight's game is going to feature a contrast in styles. Our offense being pass heavy, big play oriented. We're looking for the explosive play. Simpson's going to line up and run right at us, maybe try to get some play action, throw over the top for a big play. But their game is run straight at the opponent. What are we going to need to do to withstand their attack and do what we do best?
Well, the big thing is, Simpson's very multiple on offense. Yes, they want to run at you, but they're going to do it from so many different formations that it really blow your mind if I showed you our diagram sheets of formations that we have to line up against this week, and it was hard in practice to work on all of them. So biggest thing is formation recognition and getting lined up where you're supposed to be. Don't get outflanked. Don't make yourself too thin in the middle. So they do a really good job of formation to death and making your kids work. So that's the key element is our kids recognize the formations, getting lined up to it properly, and then still having the ability to play fast. So that's key one. The next thing is you just got to be physical. They're going to hit you in the mouth. The line's going to come off. Our D line's going to have to maintain, as I say, low pad level. This is a low pad level week. That means they're going to come off double teaming you, blocking down on you. You got to maintain that pad level and hold your gap. Allow the linebackers to fly over the top, and linebackers when they arrive, they're going to have to come in there and because they're going to be a lead blocker coming through there, so they're going to take on a lead blocker and jam it up and allow the other linebacker to make the play. So it's like I said, it's going to be a physical, and that's going to be every play of the night, Friday night. It's going to be like goal line every play. Also, like I said, our secondary, like you talked about Jack last week against number 0. He did a great job last week, and our whole secondary did a good job because that's what they knew they had to do. They had to defend the pass. So now we're asking our front guys, you guys got to defend the run, and that secondary's got to take care of us on the back. And that means there's going to be a lot of one-on-one matchups. There's going to be, guys that are, going to be running go routes, drag routes, and our guys got to pick it up. And knowing that they're going to have to cover better because, as I've always said, the thing about play action, heavy run teams is they've got max protection back there. That means the quarterback can drop back, set his feet, and try to get that ball off. And so our secondary is going to have a lot of work cut out for them. Plus, having to help us on run support. So, like I said, it's if I said anything, it's the front's got to be physical and disciplined, but that back end they've got to take care of us and don't fall asleep just because they're defending the run so much.
Coach, we appreciate you joining us and talking about Rebel football, getting us set for this matchup. I know it's very gratifying for you and the staff and the players to get to this point. This is, as you said in the previous segment, what y'all have worked for down to the regular season and have the district title within your grasp. So good luck to you and the Rebels tonight against Simpson.
All right, thank you so much.
All right, Coach Brian Pickins talking with us about Leake Academy football in the Wendy's pregame. We'll take another break, and after we pay those bills, we'll come back, and Sam Rigby will join me, and we'll continue our preview of tonight's game between Leake and Simpson as the Wendy's pregame continues.
Walk into the shimmering world of Crossgates Jewelers and Pearl, where every piece of fine jewelry will tell a story and represent the memories of your life. Their GIA graduate gemologist will show you their exquisite collection of engagement rings and bridal sets, answering any questions you may have when choosing the perfect diamond and setting. Their expert in-house repairs ensures your cherished items are in the best hands. Crossgate Jewelers, located at the corner of Cross Park and Highway 80 in Pearl. You are unique, and your jewelry should be too.
Whether you have a honey-do list or a big-time construction project, Small Town Rental is ready to deliver. From mini excavators, skid steers, trenchers, tillers, augers, and so much more. You'll find Small Town Rentals on Highway 16 in Carthage, across from the hospital. And they even deliver so you can get results instead of excuses. Follow Small Town Rental on Facebook and find out how Blair Purvis, the guy with the pink gooseneck trailer, can help you reserve your equipment today. Tune in next time when you'll hear Little Bit say,
I'm meant for my daddy so he can buy me more horses.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Hey, it's Toby from Wendy's. Picture a Baconator. The 6 strips of Applewood smoked bacon, the hot and juicy beef, the pretzel bun. Wait, pretzel bun? A pretzel Baconator. And it's only here for a limited time? And right now you can get $3 off mobile orders of $15 or more with the offer in the Wendy's app? This changes everything. Choose wisely. Choose Wendy's new Pretzel Baconator.
Limited time only. Or participating U.S. Wendy's. $15 minimum required before taxes and fees. Account registration required.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
Now, Bob, when we started the Bring Your Kid to Work Day, this wasn't exactly what we had in mind.
I'm sorry, but they're my babies. We're about to go grab lunch and then head to the farm.
Well, where are you headed?
Rosebud General Store out there in Rosebud on Highway 487 East. Nothing but the best for my babies. They got everything you need for your farming family.
Well, your calf sure is sweet. Does she have a name?
That there's the Cow Patty.
Whoa. Let me get this straight. You named her Cow Patty?
No, sir. It's what you stepped in.
Ew.
Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East.
Boswell Media Sports.
The Wendy's pregame heating up from Madden. 6-3 Leake and 5-4 Simpson. They're getting ready for a 7 o'clock kickoff in a game that will determine one way or the other who the 5A Central Division champion is. And we want to remind you can watch tonight's broadcast on the Triple M Motors video stream. A link is available at kicks96news.com, and we're powered by Central Electric Power Association. Brooklyn Wade is on the camera, well, or at least near to it.
She's behind the camera.
She is behind the camera. Billy Steen's our studio engineer, and Sam Rigby's standing here next to me. I'm Philip Palmertree. But first, let's hit tonight's starting lineups. We'll start with the offense, and the starting lineups are presented by your friends at Prince Oil. The locations of the junction all over Mississippi: Philadelphia, Louisville, Union, Macon, Scuba, Carthage, Oxford, Ridgeland, and Newton. You can find the train and fuel up and fill up on your journey. And you've got catering needs. As the old ad used to say, put some junction in your next function. We hope you'll do that. Here are the offensive starters. At center, Connor Moore, Jr. Left guard, Mick Pucklich. On the right side, Tanner Walsworth's not available, so we expect John White King to step in there as the junior. Left tackle, senior Hayden Jenkins. On the right side at tackle, Sean McDill, also a senior. Sophomore Major Chandler at tight end and H-back. He's become a more vital part of the Rebel passing attack the last 3 weeks. Sam and I are going to talk about that a little bit later. The receivers, senior Jack Harkins, usually playing in the slot. Matthew Nowell on the outside. Let's get Matthew's stats for you after last week. 57 catches for 979 yards. That's Matthew Weaver. Matthew Nowell, 53 catches for 920 yards and 18 touchdowns in 9 games. On the other side, catch 22, Matthew Weaver, senior, 57 catches, 979 yards, 9 touchdowns, plus a punt return touchdown. Matthew Nowell's returned an interception for a touchdown earlier in the season. These guys are just lethal on the outside, and we expect both of them to top the 1,000-yard mark in receiving yards tonight. In the backfield, it'll be a great surprise to see Garrett Adcock. Not that we didn't expect it, but it's just been a pleasant surprise to see a young man, a sophomore, step up and be the key ball carrier in this Rebel offense. And we saw in the final 5 minutes last week how important that was. Garrett's scored 9 touchdowns, averaging 6.5 yards a carry, 804 yards on 122 totes on the year, and calling the signals, spreading it around. Junior QB1 George Wilcox, who's thrown for 2,588 yards, completing 57% of his passes, has thrown for 30 touchdowns, 7 interceptions, and now 5 rushing touchdowns. Had 2 last week in the big 35-34 win against Lamar. Specialists will have Wright Palokas at long snapper, taking Tanner Walsworth's spot. And Jack Harkins holds on the point after and field goal attempts. Matthew Nowell takes care of those duties, kicking 37 of 44 in point after attempts, 2-2 in field goals on the year. Defensively, Hagan Bobo in the middle, senior. Owen Hitt back in the lineup last week at defensive end. At the other side, Pete Peebles, who'll be wearing number 50 tonight. And then at nose guard, Gage Bennett, who's really upped his game over the last 5 or 6 weeks. He'll be at nose guard. All 4 of those young men seniors. In the middle at linebacker, Kobe Kemp, leading tackler on this Leake defense. Junior on the outside, Tyler Winstead, a senior, and Grayson McDonald, who had an outstanding game against Lamar last week. He's also a senior. Braden Welch at Rover, the hybrid safety linebacker position. Braden's a junior. At corner, Jack Harkins, who we mentioned earlier, who really shut down Trotter last week for Lamar in that big game. One corner, Joshua Gray, playing well on the other side. And then also at safety, Matthew Nowell, who we mentioned earlier. And that's a look at tonight's starting lineups presented by Prince Oil. Sam Rigby's our Gilbert Barham color commentator, and that color commentator chair is furnished by Rosebud General Store. And here's Sam. We got to talk about the playoff implications tonight, because as you and I were talking before the mics came back on, it's a real big ball game.
It's a super tight stretch between right now the 3rd seed in the PowerPoint rankings and the number 9 seed, which is Leake. It's less than 1 point in PowerPoint rankings, so a lot is going to change between the ending of tonight's game and who is going to be in the seeding for the playoffs. So it's an exciting game we get an opportunity to call tonight, and can't wait for it. It's going to be a great one.
What's on the line for Leake? And Coach and I talked about it in the intro went on at 6:10, but some of you are just joining us now, looking forward to kickoff here in the Wendy's pregame, is what's on the line is this. Leake wins, they win the district, win that Central Division championship, first district championship since 2021, and you get a first-round bye. You're guaranteed one of those top 3 seeds in the 5A playoffs. 12 teams make it in. The 3 division winners get 1, 2, 3. Then from there, it's based on the PowerPoints.
Right.
And we won't know PowerPoint totals until all the games are complete tonight. But before we go to bed, probably before midnight, all the calculators will be, all those Texas Instruments calculators will be hot, but they'll be finished with their work. And we'll know where we sit. But you win, you get a bye next week, and you're guaranteed a home game the following week. We think Park Lane is going to end up with the 1 seed down in the South. They have already clinched that division. Magnolia Heights and Starkville are playing tonight. Winner of that one wins the North. If Starkville loses, they may fall down around 11 or 12.
Right.
And so it's a crazy thing, but they could end up number 3. Actually, that would bump Leake up to 2 if we win. If you lose, you're still in the playoffs, still could play a home game, but you don't get that bye. You got to play next week.
Right.
And we won't know until a few hours from now, regardless who the opponent's going to be and where that game's going to be played. But you can take care of some of the unknowns by beating this Simpson ball club tonight.
And if Leake manages to get the number 2 seed, they would have home field throughout the whole playoffs all the way up until that state championship game.
That's right. The road to the state championship would go through Madden, and that's a good sentence to say.
Yeah, sounds really nice when you put it that way.
Simpson's walking out onto the field, red helmets, white jerseys with red numbers and plain white pants. The Rebels are in the Navy shirts tonight with the Navy helmets and the gray pants trimmed in red and blue and white numerals. Let's talk about Simpson Leake matchup. This is your first one, Sam. I've been kind of hyping it and prepping you for it over the last week plus, because I tell you, every time I have left over the last 4 years a Simpson Leake ball game, when I got in my car, I sort of exhaled and I thought, I can't believe I didn't have to pay to watch that.
It's more of a joy to get to experience it.
And I tell you what, this has been the most competitive physical series I've seen between 2 high school teams in a long, long time. And that's not just been a feature of the last 4 years. That goes way, way, way back. Simpson leads the all-time series 21-10. However, Leake has won 5 of the last 6. So the balance has swung in the Rebels' direction. But it was last year a 41-39 win for the Cougars down in the hole at Mendenhall in a game that, as the score indicates, I mean, it went down to the final minutes. It was a Week 10. Mathen Weaver had an 82-yard kickoff return for a touchdown in that game. Matthew Nowell had 162 yards receiving and 2 touchdowns. But when you talk about Simpson, when they have the ball, they like to punch you in the nose and try to run over you and around you. And that's their brand. So the Rebel defensive front's going to have to be ready.
It's a tall task indeed for the Rebel defense tonight. This is a Simpson ball club that started out in the year 0-3 and won the last five out of their last 6 ball games they've won, except for that one loss to Lamar, 4-13. They picked up a win last week over Copiah, 27-24. That puts them in the position they have tonight to possibly win the Central Division. But some key players on offense you want to keep an eye out for is running back Hayes Berry. He's really do it all. Running back for Simpson can really receive and rush out of the backfield. But for our coin toss that just got underway, the Rebels have won the coin toss and chose to defer. They're going to kick it off starting here in this ball game. So a lot to unfold here tonight as the Rebels will be kicking off to start at this massive matchup we have underway here in Madden.
Here are a couple of other games going on in the district. Lamar still has a chance to win the district. If Simpson wins and Lamar defeats East Rankin, and you think they will, then Lamar would jump up and grab the championship. For Simpson to grab the championship, they have to beat Leake here tonight, and East Rankin has to beat Lamar. So their odds are pretty slim. They're taking the field from up at the north end zone right now. But other games going on in the district. Copiah hosting Wayne, and they should beat Wayne, but playing down a district takes some power points off your score. So that may become relevant in the PowerPoint thing. The games particularly relevant to us, we mentioned Magnolia Heights and Starkville. And then Bio and Pillow playing. Actually, JA at Presbyterian Christian may affect the Rebel standings. The team we played in week 1. And Silliman playing at Oak Forest, Cathedral at ACCS. Those are teams ranked in about 5, 6, 7, 8 in PowerPoints coming into tonight's game. A couple of public school games in the region. Neshoba Central at Warren Central, Philadelphia at Eupora, Sebastopol at Union, Choctaw Central at West Lauderdale, Newton County at Leake Central, and Scott Central at Newton. Remember to play Picks. You're the cumulative winner on the year. You get Traeger Pro Wood Pellet Grill from Ozark Ag in Carthage. Weekly winner gets a gift certificate from the Chicken Nugget in Carthage. But we'll step aside now, and we'll get the Moore's Pharmacy countdown to kickoff coming your way. Leake and Simpson coming up here on Boswell Media Sports.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pets. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Hey, this is Melissa Trussell with Chipley Squareview Inn and Venue. Let us open the door to endless possibilities. Our vintage and quaint atmosphere, modern amenities, and multiple levels make us the perfect place for both your most cherished moments and exciting events. From the rooftop patio and historic hotel rooms to the exquisite chapel and downstairs venue, I know Chipley's is just the place for you. Chipley Squareview Inn and Venue, the place to experience, located on North Pearl Street, across from the courthouse in Carthage. Book your private tour today and let's plan your next event.
Hello, Rebel fans. It's time for kickoff. Moore's Pharmacy welcomes you to an exciting night of Friday night football. Moore's Pharmacy takes great pride in supporting Leake Academy Rebels, the perfect place to start your weekend. Okay, Rebels, let's kick it off.
Boswell Media Sports.
Leake and Simpson kicking off at the 4-8-8. The Rebels kick it left to right. Senior Matthew Nowell kick it 2 receivers deep for Simpson. Hayes Berry, who Sam mentioned a moment ago, and then Braden Duncan. You'll hear their names called a lot tonight in the Simpson offensive attack. Here we go, Rebels and Cougars. Deep kick. Duncan with it up the field, and he gets taken down right at the 25-yard line by Mathen Weaver. And 1st and 10 from the 25-yard line. The first quarter of tonight's game presented by Carthage Collision Center.
Going to see a different kind of approach. We mentioned earlier in the Simpson team is a real smash mouth, run the ball down your throat kind of team, and they run this wing formation in the backfield with usually 3 running backs lined up beside the quarterback, but now they got 2 wide receivers spread out wide, so something a little different from Simpson.
But they'll do what they do best, run it. They run it for a first down. Over to the right side, Hayes Berry on the carry. Looks like he's got 11, 12, maybe 13 yards. Jack Harkins will make the tackle there for Leake. Go ahead, sorry.
Also, someone to keep an eye on, we mentioned earlier in the pregame, is Chance Funchess on the
Chance Funchess
on the left side. Keep an eye on him. Real physical wide receiver for Simpson.
Second down, nothing there. As Kobe Kemp, Hagan Bobo, and Tyler Winstead stop Hayes Berry right at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Good stop there by the Rebels after that big run Simpson started out the ball game with, responding on a first down stop for this Leake defense. Good way to start out the game.
Second down, 10, quick toss to Funchess, and he cannot turn the corner. Give Jack Harkins credit for the tackle. Gain of just 1. The ball at the 41-yard line. They've got 8 to go.
Jack Harkins did a real good job last week at Lamar, shutting down their top receiver, Jalen Trotter, who had over 800 yards on the year. And you're going to see Jack Harkins match up a lot with Chance Funchess, the number one wide receiver for Simpson. Jack Harkins doing a great job matching up man-to-man with him.
McKinney rolls out after the play fake. Throw is low to Funchess. He makes the catch right at the sticks. And the officials say first down, Simpson. Boy, that one was taken right off the top of the grass. You mow the grass a little higher, and that's an incomplete pass.
Yeah. Unlucky break there from the Rebels, but a good effort by Funchess selling it, making it look like he caught the ball when we saw that it touched the ground before.
2 first downs in the opening drive for Simpson. Shotgun, give the second man through is Berry. Berry will push forward into Leake territory to the 47, pick up 4 on first down. Tyler Winstead making the tackle for the Rebs. Second down and 6.
Saw a misdirection on that handoff in the backfield with Barrett McKinney. Looked like he was going for Cade Walker, but instead keeps it with Berry. And a solid gain on the carry by Hayes Berry.
2 backs on either side of McKinney. He'll fake, keep it himself, dive into the line, and Kobe Kemp will grab him just as he comes across the 45-yard line. They'll mark him at the 44 as forward progress stopped there, 3rd and 3.
Barrett McKinney, the quarterback for Simpson, broke off a lot of big runs last week against Copiah on those read option keepers. Want to keep an eye when he keeps that ball and runs up the middle. He's got the potential to break off a big run, but a good stop there by Kobe Kemp.
Looks like heavy package coming in now for the Cougars on 3rd and about 3. Power set, wishbone, tight formation. Toss back. First down not going to be picked up. by Hayes-Berry. Went to the left side, and Pete Peebles and Hagan Bobo chopped him down, 4th and 1.
Middle of that defensive line, Hagan Bobo, and was in there, and Pete Peebles also on that tackle. So making a great stop on 3rd down. They're going to have to do it again here on 4th and short.
4th and 1. Out of that wishbone with double tight ends. Toss back, Berry leans forward, gets across the 40, and moves the sticks. The drive continues for the Cougars with 8:15 to play in the Carthage Collision Center first quarter. Matthew Nowell, the safety, had to come up and make the tackle as Hayes broke through the Leake defensive front, all at the 36.
And that power package we just saw out of Simpson went back to the sideline, so now it's the normal offense with wide receiver Chance Funchess back in the ball game now.
Funchess split out to the right, Cade Walker out to the left. Now they'll move Funchess over to the wide side, the left, and he's shadowed by Jack Harkins. McKinney wants to throw, steps away from pressure, heaves it up to the field toward the end zone. Too deep for Funchess in the end zone, incomplete. Took a big shot there, and that's typical of Simpson. They're going to run, and then hit you with a big, trying to hit you with a big pass, and they've got a big play receiver in Funchess.
Credit to Pete Peebles getting in there from the Rebel defense, forcing Barrett McKinney to have to move around instead of having to clean pockets. So credit to Pete Peebles, forcing McKinney to get off his rhythm and overthrow Chance Funchess on the outside.
2nd and 10. Wishbone backfield. And McKinney's going to have to keep it, and he's going to have to pretty much eat it. He gets a yard to the 35, but Welch and Kemp brought him down. 3rd down and about 8. They give him line of scrimmage just past the 35.
This is a good opportunity for this Rebel defense with a third and 8, which usually Simpson likes to keep it in 3rd and short to keep it on that ground game. But now let's see what Simpson comes with on this 3rd and 8, their longest 3rd down of the night.
3rd and 8+. They will look to throw to the slot man, off the shoulder pads of Duncan, incomplete. He looked upfield before he had secured the ball.
He may have heard those Rebel footsteps coming in quickly. Didn't have time to corral that ball and threw off his rhythm. So now 4th down and long, 4th down and 8 for Simpson.
Their offense stays on the field. 7:01 to go first quarter. This drive started at the 26-yard line. Has moved to the Leake 35. 4th down, 8. Put 2 receivers left. Funchess out to the right. Throw it into the slot. Pass incomplete, off the hands of Walker. The Rebels take over on downs. 6:57 to play. Leake turns away Simpson and gives it to the offense.
Great stop there by this Rebel defense. Bit quickly on that screen pass. The Rebels were right there to break it up. Put themselves in good field position about the 35-yard line. The Rebel offense takes over now.
Twin receivers to each side on 1st down. Running back Adcock on the right side of junior quarterback George Wilcox. Funchess manning up on Jack Harkins on the outside to the right. To the air, nothing left. Scrambling over to the right and throwing it incomplete into the near sideline. Intended receiver was Jack Harkins.
Wilcox was scrambling to that right side on that last play and was looking down the field, but everybody was covered well by Simpson and just tried to get Jack Harkins on a little comeback route with the ball. Just let him a little bit outside, force the incompletion.
Leake moves 3 receivers over to the right on 2nd and 10. Wilcox well protected, still nobody open, moves out to his left. Now he's going to take off, try to get some with his legs. Gets chucked out of bounds, past the 40, up near the 42. That's a gain of about 6 on the play. It looks like they'll say the 41 is going to be the line of scrimmage. 3rd down and 4 for L.A.
And you mentioned it, Philip. George was well protected in the pocket, but just in great coverage again by this Simpson defense. George took what he could and got the Leake offense in a good third manageable situation.
3rd and 4, four-man defensive front for the Cougars. From the shotgun, Wilcox fires to a slot man. Weaver makes the catch at the 43. Is it a catch or is it not? The officials are talking about it. The near side officials saying incomplete. The official in the back saying catch, and it is a catch. It's a 3rd down conversion and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and 10. Gain of 16 on the play.
And George Wilcox put that in a super tight window for Matthew Weaver. 3 Colonel defenders around Weaver, and Wilcox put it right on the money to Matthew Weaver to hold on to the ball. Managed to come down with the ball and looked like he lost it after he came down with it, but managed to secure the catch. So great job by Matthew Weaver securing that ball after he lost it for a fumble.
Receivers 2 by 2, 2 to each side. Ball on the right hash. The 44, Simpson territory. On the ground, first carry for Garrett Adcock. He tries to find some space over to his left, but then gets flung down by Parker Pinkerton after a gain of about 1.5 yards. Just one officially. 2nd and 9. Ball at the 43. Space just did not open up for him out there.
This is a really good Simpson run defense. Coach Corey Burns was talking to us before the game about how good their run defense is, and saw it tonight. The Rebels trying to get it going with Garrett Adcock, but a good stop by this Cougar defense.
Throw in the out pattern to Chandler up the field. 1st down inside the 30. First down, Rebels. Line of scrimmage looks like the 29. No, mark it back to the 30. A gain of 13 on the play.
And a good route by Major Chandler lining up in the slot. Run just a 5-yard out route to the left side, and wide open for the first down was Major Chandler.
First down run, Adcock. Going down low to take him off his feet was Chase Adcock. So Adcock meets Adcock in the middle of the line. Gain of about 3 on the play. 2nd and 7 for Leake. 5:22 ticking first quarter clock. First quarter presented by Carthage Collision Center, and the Rebels look into the near sideline to get the play. 2nd and 7. Ball at the 27-yard line. Leake with their first possession, trying to draw first blood tonight. Wilcox sets back. Pressure comes. He releases, and it's intercepted inside the 5-yard line. Moving up into the 20 and then out of bounds on the far boundary with the interception is Sam Smith, the safety. They were looking for 13, Major Chandler, but the ball was over his head.
Like you said, Major Chandler was open for a split second down towards the 10-yard line, but George Wilcox just threw it over Major Chandler's head and landed right into the Simpson defender, just sitting there waiting on the ball, and landed right in his lap and managed to return it close to the 25-yard or 24-yard line for Simpson.
4:58 on the clock, first quarter. Officials held up play for a second. Now they motion for the play clock to start. Simpson will run a couple extra men in there. They'll get in that wishbone set. Now flex it like a single wing over to the left. Give is to Barry, and he's hit, turned around quickly for a short gain. Looked like Grayson McDonald making the tackle. Did not get anything there, maybe half a yard.
A lot of misdirection going on in that backfield, trying to catch the Rebels off guard. The Rebels were right there to stop Hayes Barry from trying to break it off upfield, stop him close to the line of scrimmage.
Jack Lee, 51, playing at fullback. In that wing set, now trying to throw it into the same pass. Caught by Adcock at the 40, and the ball's loose, and it looks like Leake has recovered at the 43. They have. The Rebels strip it away from Adcock, who had the first down yardage.
great job by this Rebel defense getting in there, didn't put their heads down after they let the first down catch, got right in there, punched that ball out. First down, Rebels gets the ball right back to the Rebel offense in great field position.
The 43 with 4:19. Matthew Nowell generating the fumble. Nowell will split out to the left. Then Chandler, Weaver in on the outside, Harkins to the right. So the teams trade turnovers on these last two possessions. From the shotgun, play fake, quick throw, too tall for Weaver, right along the line of scrimmage, incomplete. And Funchess was there in coverage, probably wouldn't have been able to pick up much even if the pass had been completed.
It wouldn't have been a big gain at all, like you said, just a little short, kind of towards an out route, kind of towards the Leake sideline that Matthew Weaver was trying to run, and just Funchess was right there to break it up right when the ball was towards Matthew Weaver.
And if Simpson's going to play that tight, hold on, we've got a penalty. So illegal lineman downfield. So the ball walked back to the 48. Still first down. I thought he motioned loss of down, but I was incorrect. Fake on the out route. Now going to throw the sideline, but not there for Weaver, and Funchess will be called for pass interference, pushing Weaver into the Leake sideline.
George Wilcox was looking at Weaver the whole time on the little bubble screen route that Weaver ran, but he just kept running his route, getting down the field, and Funchess touched and pushed him out of bounds before Weaver had a chance to come down with a catch.
A 15-yard penalty will make it a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and 10 for the Rebels. Move it inside the 35 to the right between the 32 and 33. We'll call that the 32 for a first down. Yeah, Lex. Yeah.
2 plays, 2 penalties on this drive.
Twin receivers on each side of the formation. Leake operating in Simpson territory. Here's Wilcox to throw. Fires it on a rope over the middle. Caught by Weaver. He gets hard in the back, but he has it along the 10-yard line. And the Rebels are in the David Barham Insurance red zone. Have a first down. We'll see if it's 1st and goal or 1st and 10. Looks like 1st and goal.
Credit to these Rebel receivers managing to hold on to the ball after these Simpson defenders are coming in and laying the boom when they catch that ball. So they're catching it and holding on to it and getting first downs for this Rebel offense. So credit to Rebel receivers.
I think it was Braden Duncan who put that hard hit on Weaver. Weaver's lined up in the slot on the right side with Jack Harkins split to the outside. First down to the air, throw into the end zone. There's Weaver in the back corner, but had to go up, juggle it. That pass a little bit deep, and he can't bring it in. Goes out of the back of the end zone, incomplete, 2nd and goal from the 10.
Yeah, ball just a little too tall for Matthew Nowell on that left side, and George Wilcox was looking at him all the way on that fade route. Nowell was open, just couldn't bring the ball in for the touchdown.
3:38 on the first quarter clock. Scoreless ball game. Leake and Simpson playing with district title implications. Leake wins the Central Division if they win this ball game. Simpson can win it if they get some help from East Rankin, and they beat the Rebels tonight, they being Simpson. Here we go, 2nd and goal, shoulder fake, throw, back of the end zone, incomplete, intended for Weaver over the middle, covered by Braden Duncan. 3rd and goal from the 10.
Another tight coverage by the Simpson Cougar defense that's just being right, sticking right with the Rebel receivers. That time it was Matthew Weaver running a little slant route over the middle, and just some great defense. Ball was swatted away right at the point of
3 receivers to the right, but Wilcox looks left, now to the middle, now rolled out to the right, under pressure, throwing to the end zone, going to be intercepted by Chance Funchess in the end zone. Touchback will give the ball to the Cougars, and that one was forced in, my friend.
Yeah, George Wilcox just trying to make a play for the Rebels, trying to get that touchdown, and threw that ball in too tight of a window that was picked off by the Cougars right there. So the ball's going to go back to the 20-yard line, but George Wilcox trying to keep the play alive and just managed to do a little too much.
The Rebels have made 2 trips into Simpson territory, but come away with nothing. Interceptions on both possessions. 3 minutes, 23 seconds to play in the first quarter. Rebels nothing, Simpson nothing. Simpson with that T formation, wishbone backfield, handed off up the middle. Berry gets tripped up by Kemp after a gain of about 4. 2nd and 6. Simpson will huddle it up. They're not known as a tempo ball club, and they're not built to come from behind. We didn't get to talk about it. I was going to say I think a key to the game would be getting ahead early. If you put Simpson behind, they often struggle.
And you saw the Rebel offense do that, taking a couple shots to the end zone on that last drive.
McKinney tackled for no gain. Tyler Winstead, Owen Hitt making the tackle. They get about half a yard, 3rd down and a long 5. Clock under 2.5 minutes, first quarter. Leake and Simpson scoreless.
Rebel defenses really stepped up tonight, forcing a fumble on their last time they were on the field, and also coming up with a 4th down stop in the first drive of the game for Simpson. So the Rebel defense is really continuing their momentum they had last week at the Mar, playing big for the Rebels. So now they got to come up big on this 3rd and 5 against Simpson.
They'll get in the shotgun. 2 wide receivers. McKinney with time, looking for Funchess deep, but overthrows him at the Leake 40. Matthew Nowell was covering Funchess. It'll be 4th down and 5+, and the punt team comes out for the Cougars.
Chance Funchess getting a lot of targets early in this ball game for a Simpson team that likes to run the ball a lot, but if it's going to be a deep shot to Funchess, you can expect Jack Harkins and Matthew Nowell to be right there step for step with Chance Funchess. We just saw it on that last possession. So 4th down now with the punt team on the field for Simpson.
Ball punted away. Good punt. Drives Weaver back to the 37. He's going to back up, look for blocks. He's not going to have blocks. Still working backwards. And the pursuit going to overwhelm him back at the 25. He lost 10 yards trying to get something.
He was trying to find a hole in that punt return, was Matthew Weaver, but just got swallowed up trying to make room for himself. An impressive catch on the punt return. Really he turned around and made the catch with his back to the punting team and managed to haul it in. So that's a tough catch by Matthew Weaver, to credit to him.
We'll remind you, Rebel fans, Total Pain Care is the official wellness sponsor of Leake Academy Athletics. Visit them at totalpaincare.org. Minute 41. What has been a fast-moving first quarter. No score. Leake has turned it over twice on interceptions. Simpson's turned it over on a fumble. First down play, the give to Adcock, and he runs into one of his own men, and one of his own linemen was stood up by Benjamin Kennedy, and then he just got popped, went down after a gain of a yard, maybe 2.
Garrett Adcock, like you said, was trying to find a hole to get through, but it was his own offensive lineman that just stopped him in his tracks and prevented the long run for Garrett Adcock.
2 receivers each side. Left side sweep, Adcock across the 30. Got a respectable gain there up to the 32. And about 6 on that play, and the Rebels have 3rd and about 3 to go as we go under a minute in the Carthage Collision Center first quarter.
And Caden Stovall checking in for Garrett Adcock. Stovall going to line up outside as wide receiver, so probably going to go empty backfield unless they put Matthew Weaver back there with George Wilcox.
Line up Chandler's and H-back on the right with 4 receivers. Keeper, Wilcox, right side, first down, picked up, and he gets spun down at the 38. Gain of 5 and a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
George Wilcox on third down, just keeping it for himself, spreading everybody out wide to open it up in the middle for George, and he managed to just duck his head and keep them legs moving. Picked up a first down for the Rebels.
Under 20 seconds to play in the opening quarter. Looking at the near sideline, the Rebels will get set with 10 seconds to play. Give to Adcock. Room to run, lane outside, has a first down. Right up near midfield. Gets 11 yards on first down on what should be the final play of the opening quarter. And it is. So they'll just move a few feet around and switch sides. We'll come back with the second quarter. Leake nothing, Simpson nothing. We'll be back with Leake Academy football on Boswell Media Sports.
If spending days looking for top dollar for your timber has left you feeling like you're barking up the wrong tree, then I would listen closely. Welch Forest Products in Union does it better than anyone and with the least possible damage to your property. Whether it's management, forestry care, pine plantation, thinning, or site prep, the last number you'll dial is 601-774-8200. They buy land with or without timber too. Call Bo Welch now at Welch Forest Products today. 601-774-8200.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West. Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Well, 12 minutes, no score so far from Madden. It's Week 10 ball game. 2nd and 1 for Leake from the 48. Adcock again going to have to struggle. Looks like he got to the line he needed for the first down. He's going to get the spot about a step shy of the 50-yard line stripe, and that should be enough for a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. He got in trouble on the right side. Good defense from Simpson.
This drive has been all Garrett Adcock, keeping it on the ground. We saw it a lot or at the end of the ball game last week against Lamar, just keeping it on the ground and trusting Garrett Adcock to pick up those yards for this Rebel offense. And all of this drive in this ball game, it's been all Garrett Adcock moving the ball down the field for the Rebels.
Call it the 50-yard line. Nose of the ball on the Navy stripe. Right side, and it's a small-town rental timeout for the Rebels with 11:30 to go, second quarter, no score. We'll be back with Leake Academy football.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-thru and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Play fake, pass complete for the first down to the 30-yard line. Major Chandler over the middle, gets popped hard by Braden Duncan, but pops right back up. Hard hit on Chandler, but it's a gain of 20 yards in the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, 1st and 10.
Big gain by Major Chandler, lining up on that right side, just ran a post route over the middle for George Wilcox to find Major Chandler and had to hold on to that ball after the big hit, like you said, Phillip, from Braden Duncan. And Chandler, good job of holding on to the ball, going down with the catch, moving the ball for the Rebel offense.
Hope you're enjoying tonight's broadcast on the Triple M Motors video stream. Rebels' third possession, third time in Simpson territory, but no points to show for it. 3 receivers. Wilcox under pressure. steps away from a defender, but now he'll get sacked back at the 35. He got wrapped up by Parker Pinkerton and by 56, Branson Maddox. 66, Eli Brewer. Loss of 5 on the sack.
And George Wilcox moving around the pocket trying to find somebody down the field, but it was about 4 or 5 Cougar defenders in the backfield or down the field, but it was only 3 Leake receivers, so just a hard adjustment to make.
Throw the screen to Chandler. He gets hit at the 30, dives ahead to the 28. And the Rebels will have 3rd and 8 coming up from the 28-yard line. A big target. Chandler gets about half the yardage back half the yardage they need for the first down.
Chandler getting a lot of targets tonight. He's been a reliable receiver, making big plays down the field for the Rebels early in this ball game tonight. He's been a good look for George Wilcox, lining up at that tight end role in the slot spot.
He's in the slot to the left on 3rd and 8. Chandler looks at a 3-man front. They'll rush 4, but flag at the snap. Illegal procedure against the Rebels, and they'll hurt themselves, make it 3rd and 13 from the 33. Tonight's second quarter is presented by Welch Forest Products. Ball on the left hash, 33-yard line. Nowell and Chandler to the left. Weaver in the slot. Harkins split wide to the right. Good protection, pocket form. Pass complete for a short gain to the 30. Get 5 yards there and set up 4th and 10 on the first catch by Matthew Nowell tonight.
And you got to think on that play call for the Rebels, they were going to go for it on 4th down all the ways. They keep the offense on the field, but trying to make it a little more 4th and manageable. But now they're looking at about a 4th and 10, or 4th and 9, for the Rebel offense now.
They'll need to get all the way to the 20 for the first down. 4th down play to throw. Wilcox deep toward the end zone for Nowell, but he overshoots him, incomplete. There's a flag down back along the offensive wall. It's going to be holding against Leake, and of course, Coach Mangum for Simpson will decline that penalty. The ball goes over on downs to Simpson at the 30 with 8:47 to go in tonight's second quarter. We have seen one punt. Yeah, last possession, a punt from Simpson. The Rebels have not punted. The drives have ended interception, and downs, all 3 in Simpson territory. I formation set up here with McKinney under center. Fullback Parker Pinkerton, tailback Hayes Berry. So do not adjust your set, your computer. It is, check the calendar, it's not 1984. But it's I formation football. Receiver split to each side. Hand off Berry. He'll get his way up to the 39, and Winstead making the tackle. Second down, 6, under 8.5 to play in the second quarter.
We've seen a lot of different formations tonight from this Simpson offense, but we've yet to see that wing offense where they line up 3 running backs in the backfield with the quarterback, but they're keeping it, like you said, with the flex bone and the wishbone offense, mixing it up, giving different looks to this Leake defense.
Yeah, a lot of the run concepts are the same, but certainly you've got to recognize formation and responsibilities. Out of the eye, second down again. Back bounces to the outside. Will get to the 39 before Kobe Kemp brings down Benjamin Kennedy. Be 3rd and 1.
And Kennedy's a big guy running the football out of the backfield for Simpson, but Kobe Kemp, when he made that tackle, he went straight for the legs and just take his legs out and cause him to go up in the air and lose his balance. Now it's 3rd and about 1 for the Simpson offense.
Cougars going left to right. Their own 39-yard line, 3rd and 1 in a scoreless game. Second quarter. Quarterback sneak. McKinney looks like he's reached the 40-yard line, and that should give Simpson a first down. Gain of 1. Haven't seen the indication yet. There it is. 1st and 10 in tonight. 7:17 on the clock in tonight's Welch Forest Products second quarter. Philip Palmertree and Sam Rigby with you at Thagard Field.
Now checking in is Cade Walker for Simpson, checking in for Benjamin Kennedy. Now on that Simpson offense.
They'll line up in a shotgun with 2 backs, 2 receivers to the left. Hand off Berry, sweeps around, bounces off one Navy-shirted defender, and he'll burrow his way close to the 45. They'll say see where they put their foot down. Looks like they gave him the 45, a pickup of 5 on the play.
Ball will be placed just shy of the 45-yard line. Second out.
Already ticking down toward the midway point of the second quarter. This first half is speeding by. 2nd and 5. Ball loose, bouncing around. The Rebels are saying they have it. We'll try to identify who's got it. The Rebels have recovered. McKinney went into the line on a read play, and I think it was Owen Hitt who got on the ball.
How about this Rebel
defense? They're going to call
defense?
Pete Peebles. At the 46-yard line, Leake takes over for the second time in Cougar territory.
And that's 2 turnovers forced by this Rebel defense. 4 drives on the night for Simpson. Rebels have come up with 2 turnovers in those 4 drives and a punt forced and a 4th down stop. Rebel defense really standing up for the task tonight against this run-heavy Simpson offense.
Rebels go on the ground, first down. John David Gill, nothing to the outside. He'll cut up along the hash marks left side and able to really just push and force his way down to the 42 and a pickup of 3.
Seen a lot of Garrett Adcock here in this first half, but it was John David Gill toting the ball on that last carry for about 4 yards, giving Adcock a break and some fresh legs with John David Gill picking up some good positive yards on that last carry.
4-man front. Good protection for Wilcox, who puts it in the air for Nowell. It's caught inside the 15. He breaks loose. He's going toward the corner where we can't see. And it looks like it's going to be marked inside the 5 for a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and goal. And when folks stand up, we just cannot see.
Well, the shot play was there. George Wilcox looking on that left side, found Matthew Nowell, his reliable target on the year.
1st and goal from the 4. Hand off. Adcock, nothing inside. Outside goes to the inside, and he'll get down to the 1. Gain of 3. 2nd and goal for the 1. The Rebels are in the David Barham Insurance red zone.
Looks like Caden Stovall checking in now for Garrett Adcock, as Rebel offense going to slow the tempo just a little bit from the last 2 possessions.
Rebels line up with no backs in the backfield. 2 receivers to each side. Chandler, the H-back on the right. 5 minutes to play. 2nd and goal from the 2, where they mark the ball. Play clock under 8, and timeout. Looks like Simpson's going to use a small-town rental timeout. We'll take it with them with no score late second quarter.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplement. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280. on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Hey, this is Melissa Trussell with Chipley's Squareview Inn and Venue. Let us open the door to endless possibilities. Our vintage and quaint atmosphere, modern amenities, and multiple levels make us the perfect place for both your most cherished moments and exciting events. From the rooftop patio and historic hotel rooms to the exquisite chapel and downstairs venue, I know Chipley's is just the place for you. Chipley's Squareview Inn and Venue, the place to experience, located on North Pearl Street, across from the courthouse in Carthage. Book your private tour today and let's plan your next event.
Boswell Media Sports.
Second and goal, Rebels from the 2 coming out of the Simpson timeout. Weaver in motion left to right. And illegal procedure, the call against the Rebels. So now second and goal from the 7. I did not see who moved.
And I didn't see either, but it was the referee on the far side towards the Simpson sideline that made that call. I don't think it was any of the, I'm not sure if it was any of the receivers out there, but it's hard to tell from so far away.
Second and goal, 4:49 to play in the second quarter. Weaver in motion, left to right. Throw it toward the back of the end zone, too tall for Harkins, incomplete. Third and goal coming up from the 7. A lot of passes too tall in this first half from the arm of Wilcox.
He's missed on a couple of high balls tonight. One was intercepted down in the red zone in that first quarter, but that was just a tough play for Jack Harkins. Had to really go up tall and make the jump to get that ball, but George Wilcox sailed it just a little too tall over Harkins' head. 2
receivers left. Wilcox and Chandler. Weaver and Harkins out to the right. Adcock, the running back. Looking to the left, looking to the corner. And I can't see what happened. And we've got a touchdown along the boundary. Catch made. Looks like it was Major Chandler making the catch. And that's a Weaver Tax and Accounting touchdown. 6 for the Rebels. But exactly what happened, I'm not the guy to tell you because people stand up and they throw in that left corner and you just cannot see. But it counts as 6 anyway.
And we'll take the 6 any day. Major Chandler on that left side just had to, he had to come down with that ball on the low side because it was a time that the referees took to make the determination. But Major Chandler reeling in the touchdown grab for the Rebels.
The extra point from Nowell is good. 4:39 to go, second quarter. Rebels get on the board, 7-0. We'll be back as Leake Academy football continues.
Dr. Brooke Bobo and his staff at Carthage Veterinary Clinic wish you and your animals the very best. They treat all animals, large or small, with the care you would want for a member of your family. Carthage Veterinary Clinic provide for your sick or injured animals and also offer grooming and boarding as well. Located on Highway 16, Carthage Veterinary Clinic is open Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday from 7:30 until 5:30, and Wednesday and Saturday from 7:30 till noon.
For 87 years, we've been your biggest fans. Rest assured, while you are cheering on your favorite team this season, Central Electric's team is working around the clock to provide reliable service year-round. Whether building power lines in extreme weather conditions or restoring power on a stormy night, Central Electric employees take your electric service seriously. We will be there to keep the game on. So enjoy this football season and take comfort in our team's reliable service all year long. It's our commitment to you, serving you since 1937. This institution is an equal opportunity provider and employer.
Boswell Media Sports.
We'll correct ourselves. We got confirmation. Matthew Nowell on a little cradle catch along his hip, as it was relayed to me, because we couldn't see it, but it's a Rebel touchdown. Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff from Matthew Nowell, who made the catch, kicked the extra point. Now he's going to kick it deep. He'll sky it up toward the 20. Picked up by Duncan. Duncan in the middle of the field toward the right hash. Still on his feet, 30, 35, and then pushed down at the 36, down to the dry, dusty turf. Rebels up 4 with 4:31 to play, second quarter by a touchdown.
Couple of key runs that last drive for the Rebels with John David Gill getting a couple of carries, but it was the big throw from George Wilcox to Matthew Nowell set the Rebels up on the 2-yard line. Then an illegal procedure penalty. It was Nowell on the touchdown grab, 5 plays to the end zone for the Rebels. Rebels lead 7-0, 4:31 to go for halftime. That's your performance therapy reset.
From the 36-yard line, Simpson sends 2 receivers to the right. That's the short side of the field. High snap, pulled down by McKinney, left side, carrying it dangerously. Get a short gain to the 38-yard line before the Rebels push him sideways, stack him up. Peebles and Kemp get up out of the pile.
It's one of the times we'll see Barrett McKinney, QB for Simpson, just keep it directly, no read or nothing, just straight all the way with McKinney, and picked up a couple of yards for the Simpson offense.
Second and 8 as we wind under 4 minutes to play in the half. He wants to go to the air, looking deep, wheel route, incomplete. Too deep for Barry. 3rd and 8 ahead for the Simpson Cougars.
Rebels catch a break on that one. As it would have been a big completion for Simpson, but it was Tyler Winstead that slipped and fell in coverage on that one and caused the open look, but just overthrown by Barrett McKinney.
And that reminds me, talking about the dry conditions, beautiful night, clear skies, no wind, about 75 at kickoff. That's your weather and field condition report presented by the Leake County Co-op. Here's the 3rd down throw. Bennett chasing McKinney, trying to direct a receiver. Deep ball up the field into the Leake sideline, incomplete. 4th down coming up. Simpson punts back to the Rebels with under 4 to play in the second.
Talked about that last play, that it was Winstead that slipped and fell, but that time great man in coverage by Tyler Winstead. Ball was a little bit out of bounds, but Winstead was right there step for step. Would have made a good play on the incompletion. 4th down and 8 for Simpson.
Pinkerton to punt it away. Punts it, fair catch signal given. Weaver lets it hit at the 20, and it'll take a tremendous roll for Simpson down to about the 6. So Leake gave up about 15 yards that time on a fair catch that was surrendered. It looks like they may mark it at the 5, actually. See exactly where the right foot of the official is. Yeah, it looks like the 5. So Leake will start after a punt with 95 yards of grass in front of them with 3:29 to play on the clock. Leading 7-0. Leake and Navy moving right to left. Adcock, the running back, at the left hip of Wilcox. Hand off to Garrett. He cuts back inside, has a good gain, breaks a tackle to the 20, to the 30, 40. Trying to make a move on Funchess, and gets tackled from behind at the 40-yard line in Simpson territory. That's a 55-yard run for Garrett Adcock. Let's see, it'll be 53 officially. They'll say he stepped out at the 42.
Garrett Adcock on that last play just kept his body low to the ground, bobbing and weaving through the Simpson defenders and got an opening. Took off for an explosive run, 53-yard run, set the Rebels up in great field condition.
To throw, Wilcox over the middle into a tight window, and getting bumped around in the middle of the field was Weaver. Pass is incomplete.
Tight window for George Wilcox to try to get it into Math and Weaver, but Weaver took a big shot after that play a little bit. Had to shake off a little bit when he got up after that hit.
Stops the clock with 3:09 to play in the second quarter. 7-0 game. The Rebels looking for more. Adcock into the middle of the line. Gets down to the 35 before he goes down. That's a gain of 7. 3rd and 3 ahead for the Rebels. There's 32. Chase Adcock made the tackle.
Garrett Adcock got about 60 yards rushing on this drive alone, so Rebels have kept it on the ground with Adcock, and he's stepped up really well, moving the ball down the field for the Rebels.
Plenty of time on the play clock as the Rebels get to the line of scrimmage on the right hash. 3 receivers in the formation. Be a quick throw. No, nothing there. Wilcox extending the play, drifting to the left. Flag is down. He'll have to throw it away. Outside the pocket, was pressured by Adcock and Colson, but should be a hold on the Rebel O-line.
And George was looking for Matthew Nowell on that left side, but Nowell slipped or fell, and either he was pushed in the back or slipped and fell, but Wilcox was looking for him, and he was open. But Nowell losing his footage, Wilcox had to throw it away.
Wilcox and Coach Corey Burns talking about it while the penalty yardage is assessed against the red and blue. Line of scrimmage, the 45, third down, 13. Leake needs to get to the 32 for a first down. 2:22 on the second quarter clock. The Carthage Vet Clinic halftime will show you the cheerleaders. We'll congratulate them on their second straight state championship. We'll also get to talk to the captains as part of the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime. 3rd and 13. To throw, Wilcox steps away from pressure. Moving up in the pocket, now going to take off. 35, should have the first down. He's got it inside the 30. Barry hit him on the hip, but not before Wilcox had slipped out of the crowd and picks up the first down on a gain of 13. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
And that was not the design play for the Rebels. Set the receivers out wide in a stack formation. Middle of the field was wide open for George to take off and run.
Give is to Adcock. He'll find about 5 to the 25 before he gets tripped up by Eli Brewer. 2nd and 5 for LA. Under 2 minutes to play in the quarter. Rebels lead at 7-0. I feel like I'm swallowing dust up here as it drifts up over the crowd. Here's the 2nd and 5 play. Pass play toward the end zone. Right side going to be too deep for Nowell over in the left corner of the end zone. Incomplete.
And that dust might be creeping up on over this way. It may have been that Simpson yellow that they ran out with is making its way up here to the press box.
Oh, I smelled that a while back. I think it's just good old-fashioned Central Mississippi dust. 3rd and 5 for LA with 94 seconds to play in the quarter. A score on this drive would be huge. You're certainly in 4-down territory here. 3rd and 5. Wilcox looking left. Plenty of time. Moving out to his left, tosses it complete to Chandler. His momentum carries him out of bounds near the line to gain. Looks like the Rebels are going to have it at the 18. It's a Central Mississippi 1st and 10, and the Rebels are in the David Barham Insurance red zone with 1:24 to play.
Major Chandler getting a lot of targets tonight from George Wilcox as Matthew Weaver and Matthew Nowell have been covered up very well by Simpson. Leaves Major Chandler open in that middle of the field area on the left and right sideline, and George Wilcox found Major on that last play.
Handoff Adcock. He's to the 10. Steps past the defender, down close to the 5. It's going to be a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and goal.
Garrett Adcock just staying low to the ground, moving around and moving through that Simpson defense and running strong with the ball, moving it close to the goal line. Rebels got it on 1st and goal at the 5-yard line.
1st and goal from the left hash. Minute to play. Give Adcock straight ahead. He is across the painted line at 6 for the Rebels. 57 seconds to go, and a Garrett Adcock touchdown run. That's a Weaver Tax and Accounting touchdown for the Rebels right before the half.
Garrett Adcock was the story of that drive, having a lot of big runs for the Rebel offense, and cap it off with a touchdown run by Garrett Adcock. Rebels up 13-0, 57 seconds before halftime.
Extra point coming. Hold is down, kick is up, away. It drifts off to the right, but it's still good. New score with 57 seconds to go in the second quarter. Rebels 14, Simpson 0. We'll be back with a kickoff.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors. Buffalo, honey barbecue, garlic parm, spicy ghost pepper. You can literally hear your taste buds after every bite. I'm serious. Listen to mine. Okay, that's just me playing with sound effects, but you got the idea. For a whole new way to nug, gotta be Wendy's.
At participating U.S. Wendy's.
Big discounts at Triple M Motors. That's right. Big dealer discounts plus GM consumer rebates means you save big.
Not in the market for a new ride? Check out our pre-owned.
Triple M Motors carries a good selection of SUVs, cars, and trucks. Stop by or check us out on the web at triplemmotors.com. That's triplemmotors.com.
Boswell Media Sports.
Leake makes it a 2-score game late in the first half. Here's the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff from Matthew Nowell. Can't wait to hear Sam's performance therapy reset on that drive. It was beautiful. Now comes forward, swings the right leg, sends it deep. Back to Duncan. Up the right hash, and he gets hit by Matthew Weaver right at the 20-yard line. Great special teams play from the Rebels coverage team.
Matthew Weaver right there, ducking that shoulder, making a good open field tackle on the kickoff return team. Prevents the big return by Simpson, so great job by Matthew Weaver at the Rebels special teams on that kickoff return.
And a very generous spot up to the 22-yard line. He'll be the starting place for Simpson with Leake up 14-0. The final minute of the Welch Forest Products second quarter. Rebels with a single high safety. On the ground, Barry left side. He slips past one defender and able to writhe his way up for a 2-yard gain to the 24. Give Grayson McDonald credit for the tackle.
Go ahead and give you the performance therapy reset from that last drive for the Rebels real quickly. It was a 95-yard drive and 9 plays. 53-yard run by Garrett Adcock and a George Wilcox scramble. Set up that Rebel offensive touchdown run by Garrett Adcock.
McKinney chased from the pocket on second down. He'll angle out of bounds the Rebel sideline at the 26, maybe the 27, we'll call it the 26. A gain of 2 on the play, 3rd and 6 with 16 seconds. That actually helps Leake a little bit, stopping the clock. Of course, the scoreboard says both teams have 2 timeouts. So if the Rebel defense can stop Simpson here, they can call the quick timeout and force a punt. McKinney looking left on the rollout. Wide open, Funchess at the 37. Up the field, out of bounds past the 40 with 10 seconds to play in the quarter. So Simpson extends the drive, moves the chains up to the 40-yard line, a gain of about 14 on the play and a first down.
And it looked like that Rebel defense was just kind of keeping everything in front of them and not preventing the big play or playing man. They were just kind of keeping everything in front, trying to kill that clock going into halftime. It's up 14-0 with now 10 seconds to go before halftime.
3 receivers out to the right. McKinney will look. Throw into his deep receiver, Funchess, who goes to the ground but can't come up with it inside the 40. 4 seconds remain. Jack Harkins and Matthew Nowell were back there making sure Funchess didn't get released deep.
Well, anytime you see Chance Funchess lined up wide, you can expect Jack Harkins to be right there with him. He's matched up. Going to be all night with Chance Funchess and Jack Harkins lined up against each other on both sides of the football. We've seen that so far in this first half. Is 4 seconds now on the clock for Simpson. Going to have to throw a deep Hail Mary into the end zone.
Second and 10 from the 40. 3 wide outs to the right. Should have been a illegal procedure call there. Throw is deep. Nobody can get it. Last play of the half. And the Rebels are going to take a 14-zip lead into the locker room at halftime, and this crowd is loving it. 14-0 your score. When we get to the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime, here's what's going to happen. We'll show you the back-to-back state champion Leake Academy Rebel cheerleaders, the game day champs once again. They earned that this week. We'll talk about the story and stats of this half. We'll also get to talk to the cheerleader captains when they're available. They'll be honored on the field during halftime as well. And we'll try to bring you all that. We may cut in and out of commercials a little bit, but we're going to try to show you everything that you want to see during halftime. And our score in this football game, 14-0. Leake leads Simpson with the district title hanging in the balance after 24 minutes. Been a good ball game. And the Rebels take the lead into the locker room. We'll be back as Leake Academy football continues from Boswell Media Sports.
I sure do like my new hunting rifle. I bought it over at Ozark Ag. When I went in, they had such a great selection. Took me a while to make up my mind. I have it sighted in now, and I'm ready for the big bucks. Tomorrow I'm going back over to Ozark Ag and stock up on ammo. While I'm there, I just might check out those deer stands. Hey, honey, I know you're listening. Make sure you shop for me at Ozark Ag. They're on Highway 16 West.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Did you know most people overpay by up to 50% for individual health insurance? David Barham Insurance will save you that. Plus, David has the best rates on the market for Medicare supplement. The solution is not on the internet or far away. It's right here in Carthage. David Barham, a local insurance agent you can trust. Make sure you have the best coverage and price. Call David Barham, 601-941-1280 on the north side of the square in Carthage.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
Guess what, people? Wendy's has new saucy nugs. You heard me. Wendy's nugs now come in 7 saucy flavors.
Leake Academy cheerleaders taking the field here at Carthage Vet Clinic. Halftime, we'll let you enjoy their state championship award-winning presentation.
Gentlemen, one more time for your back-to-back small game day state champions, your Leake Academy varsity cheerleaders. Your cheerleaders include seniors, Anna Atkinson, captain, Emma Fisher, co-captain, Allie McMillan, 12th grader, and Harper Richardson, also 12th grader, Harley Roach. Our 11th graders, Hadley Barnes, Jesse Breedlove, Riley Davis, and Kendall Lee, Annie Kate White. Our 10th graders, Emma James Bell, Madeline Bell, Maddie Breedy, Emma Hazelwood, Harley Tollison, Mamie Thompson, Ansley Wagner, and 9th graders, Reese McKay and Georgia Mitchner.
Whether you have a honey-do list or a big-time construction project, Small Town Rental is ready to deliver. From mini excavators, skid steers, trenchers, tillers, augers, and so much more. You'll find Small Town Rentals on Highway 16 in Carthage, across from the hospital. And they even deliver so you can get results instead of excuses. Follow Small Town Rental on Facebook and find out how Blair Purvis, the guy with the pink gooseneck trailer, can help you reserve your equipment today. Tune in next time when you'll hear Little Bit say,
I'm meant for my daddy so he can buy me more horses.
West Side Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is West Side Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. West Side Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
The buck stops here. Literally, at Leake County Co-op. Now's the time to head on down to Highway 16 west in Carthage because the Leake County Co-op is locked, stocked, and ready for deer season. Early October isn't too far off, and you'll find everything from deer feeders to attractants, food plot blends, and game cameras to deer stands. Leake County Co-op means it when they say the buck stops here. Y'all trust and believe. Highway 16 in Carthage.
Roll into Junction Deli, where nourishment meets journey. On the menu, delectable breakfast, lunch, and supper.
Whether you're in Philadelphia, Newton, Union, Carthage, Louisville, Oxford, or Scuba, we're the local pit stop that blends the allure of delicious food with the convenience of a fuel station.
Remember, when your stomach grumbles or your tank hovers on empty, we're just around the corner. Download the Junction app for ordering convenience and look for the new car wash in Louisville next to Walmart.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Now, Bob, when we started the Bring Your Kid to Work Day, this wasn't exactly what we had in mind.
I'm sorry, but they're my babies. We're about to go grab lunch and then head to the farm.
Well, where are you headed?
Rosebud General Store, out there in Rosebud on Highway 487 East. Nothing but the best for my babies. They got everything you need for your farming family.
Well, your calf sure is sweet. Does she have a name?
There's the cow patty.
Whoa, let me get this straight. You named her Cow Patty?
No, sir. It's what you stepped in.
Ew.
Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East. Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family-owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Boswell Media Sports.
Back at Thagard Field for the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime. Leake leads Simpson 14-0. The Central Division 5A championship is hanging in the balance, and Leake's shutting out Simpson through 2 quarters. We'll get back to talking about the game, but we want to spend a little more time with the spotlight on our Leake Academy cheerleaders. And we've already felt like we've been here before. It was 4 weeks ago that Anna Atkinson and Emma Grace Fisher joined us in the press box at Kapai, and they were great. They were good sports then. And we talked about the fact that the state championships were coming up and that Leake had won it last year. And were we going to do it this year? They said, yes, that is the plan. And they went out there and did it this week. So we got Emma Grace on here first. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Y'all did such a great job. You did a great job here in the performance, and I love the great appreciation from the crowd because they respected what you do. How does it feel to do this back-to-back?
It feels so good. It's very rewarding after all the work we put in to be able to do it once and then turn around and do it again. A lot of people don't expect it, so it's very rewarding.
Yeah, so the categories, game day, small division. Talk to us a little bit about what goes into that championship performance and what you have to do, and kind of there's even, as I was listening to y'all talk about it before we came on the air, there's a little bit of strategy and choice that goes on about putting yourselves in the best position to do your best. How'd that play out at the championships this week?
It worked really well. So our lineup for our performance, we start out with a band dance, and then we transition from that to a choice of an offense or defense sideline, and we chose offense. And then we move on to our cheer, and then we transition and finish it out with our fight song.
Okay, and so was there anything about that particular day, that particular performance that surprised you?
Well, so we go on the warm-up mat right before we perform, and we were supposed to be doing it 20%, but I think a lot of us really were trying our best because some of our opponents were watching us, so we were all like freaking out, so we did it full out, and then we turned around and it was automatically time to perform. So we were all performing and barely had our breath, but we still did our very best.
Okay, good. Well, let me ask you one more question. We'll hand it off for word from Anna, the captain. And but Emma Grace, talk about how much rehearsal work when you look back on it. Tell people kind of this routine. When did it start? Where did it start to come together, and it results in this late October performance?
We started right about after our tryouts in March, so maybe like the beginning of April. We started practicing, and we practiced ever since up until Wednesday.
So this is 6 months plus of work going, almost 7 months of work. And I know that's got to be so satisfying, so rewarding. Congratulations to you, Emma Grace Fisher, co-captain of the Leake Academy Cheerleaders. And we'll let her hand off the headset. We'll get a brief word here as the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime continues. We're honoring the LA cheerleaders who have won their second straight small division game day cheerleading championship. Here's Anna Atkinson, who's nervous, and it's okay. It's okay. Just do like you did last time, and it'll be great. Talk about how it felt to you when they announced Leake Academy being the winner.
It felt great. A lot of people don't expect to be back-to-back winners, and it feels good. And we didn't really know what we were going into. We really didn't know our competitors really well, so it was just surprising.
Okay, it's just us Leake Academy folks listening here, so you can't get in trouble for anything you say. What's one or two schools that every year are like, they're the schools you really got to match them, and you know they're going to be really good?
Well, we thought that Benton was going to be pretty good. They weren't bad, though. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
That was who we were
what
thinking
you were expecting,
of to be good, but there was definitely some others that we didn't expect to be as good as they were. And Lamar used to be, in the past years, that they were our big competition.
Okay, I'll ask you one more question here. When I've done things like that are being judged, or it's a big moment, or even like going on the air for a football game like this, sometimes the best performance comes when some big things have gone wrong and things that you didn't expect went wrong. Was there something that went wrong that day that you didn't expect?
Yes. Well, we got there, and we're all going to practice, and we realized that someone forgot their sign at the place, so we had to improvise, and we found another sign, thankfully, in the stack of all of our signs.
See, it just always happens. Something goes sideways, but that just helps you focus and do your best, and y'all did that. So congratulations to you.
Thank you.
All the Leake Academy families, folks listening far and wide are really proud of y'all and appreciative, and y'all should be proud of your effort as well. Okay, thanks, Anna Atkinson and Emma Grace Fisher, for another great visit with us here at the Carthage Vet Clinic halftime, and congratulations on that back-to-back state championship, and the crowd really appreciated that as well. Let's bring Sam back in, and we'll talk about a couple of scores, though we're really trying to keep an eye on a few in particular. And I've got a scoreboard app up, but here's one that we know is important to us. At halftime, Starkville leading Magnolia Heights 10-7. So Starkville scored late in the half to take the lead. We wouldn't mind seeing Starkville win that game if we can take care of business in the second half, and that could put the Rebels as high as second in power points going into the playoffs with that first round bye next week. But Starkville, Magnolia Heights, that game is certainly up for grabs. I think that's being played in Starkville. And I'll look up a few other scores while I ask you, Sam, to talk about this first half. Scoreless first quarter, turnovers aplenty. There were 2 for each ball club, but the last 2 times the Rebels had the ball, things were clicking, and they found pay dirt.
Absolutely. The last couple of drives, or the starting out the game for the Rebels, it was 3 drives that went down towards the end zone, but 2 of them ended in interceptions actually close to the red zone territory, and the Rebels offense responded in that second quarter, putting up 14 points on back-to-back drives for the Rebels, one being a 5-play drive capped off by Matthew Nowell touchdown reception. That was the first touchdown of the night the Rebels scored, and then the drive before halftime started on the Leake Academy 5-yard line, and the first play from scrimmage was a 53-yard run by Garrett Adcock, setting up the Rebels in good field position. Had some penalties that kind of stalled the drive a little bit and led it on longer than intended, but it was Garrett Adcock capping it off with a 5-yard touchdown run to get the Rebels up 14-0. And then the Rebel defense has done a great job tonight forcing turnovers. They got 2 fumble recoveries in this ball game. So when the Rebel offense was struggling in that first quarter, the Rebel defense stepped up, doing their part, forcing turnovers, getting the offense back on the field. We saw that last week at Lamar in the second half. Rebels offense had 3 turnovers in that third quarter, but the Rebel defense stood tall and didn't give up a single point until the end of the third quarter. And the Rebel defense done the same thing tonight, stepping up when the offense has forced turnovers on themselves.
Just as I predicted pregame, physical ball game. Tight windows to throw in. Pressure on the quarterback. Leake's passing game has been put to the test with pass protection, with accuracy on passes, and receivers got to run good routes, and we've missed on some plays tonight that were almost there. But a good ball team, good defense is going to do that to you, and we're going to see that the rest of the way through the playoffs. But you got to like how Leake has not panicked, not pressed, just kept going. The defense created, as you said, that opportunity on the fumble recovery, and Leake scored the last 2 times they had the ball, that 46-yard drive, and then at the that 95-yard drive after the punt. So Leake scores twice in the final 5 minutes of the second quarter to grab a 2-touchdown advantage in a game the Rebels need to claim the Central Division title in 5A and get a playoff by next week. Here's we'll throw in a score here or there. Heading toward halftime in a big 6A game. Prep 14, MRA 7 ball game. Third quarter, Houston and Kosciuszko tied at 14 in public school realm, and they've still got a little bit to go in their regular season, but we're trying to watch some of these MAIS games tonight and not getting a lot of success with scores. I'm going to take one more look, but we particularly, in fact, if my friend Melvin Wooten or anybody else out there who can reach out at me at RevP2 on Twitter, X, whatever you call it. If you've got score updates on Starkville and Magnolia Heights, that would be appreciated. I'm going to check my friend here, Brandon Shields, and see what scores have been reported. Now, in fact, that Prep MRA game now 21-7 at the half. Park Lane leading Columbia 28-7 at the half. And not a whole lot. We've got a lot of public school scores, but focus tonight it's definitely on MAIS action that we want to concentrate on, because that's going to affect who Leake will play next week in the playoffs. That will all be determined before we go to bed tonight. And you want to check Leake Academy Athletics. Follow @Leake Sports on Twitter for updates. And whether that game is next week or whether it's 2 weeks from now, we'll bring it to you, of course, on Cruiser 98.3 and on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel on the Triple M Motors video stream. We appreciate y'all being with us tonight. We're about to start the third quarter. We'll go ahead and about to have 12 minutes put up on the clock, and it's a good time as any to update the score bug on the screen and tell you here's the third quarter getting started. Leake 14, Simpson zip.
And coming out of halftime, the Rebels look to continue the momentum they started on offense. They'll be receiving this kickoff and getting the ball to start off our second half here in Madden. That's a big component for this ball game. As Rebels up 14-0, looking to carry that offensive momentum they started to gain near the end of the second quarter.
An opening drive score would be huge as well. Leake leading by 2 touchdowns. Rebels will be receiving it from Simpson and White, kicking left to right. The Rebels in navy with the gray trousers, excuse me. Here we go. 2 more quarters left in the regular season. And a whole lot of postseason implications in the balance over the next 2 quarters. Kicker Parker Pierce kick it, and it's taken on a knee along the 29-yard line. Taken in by Gage Bennett. So Leake starts at their 29 to start the third quarter. It's presented by Westside Body Shop. Big 53-yard run on that 95-yard touchdown drive on the legs of Garrett Adcock, who's lined up at the left hip of Wilcox. 1 receiver left. That's Harkins. 2 to the right. H-back set to the left. Give for Adcock. He's trying to find an opening. He gets met, pushed back. Whistle blows as Parker Pinkerton blasted the hole there and stopped Adcock for a loss. A couple of yards on the play. Looks like 3. The officials stopped play for some reason, and officials talking to Math and Weaver. There may be a equipment issue, or they'll run in Caden Stovall for Weaver. Maybe, or sometimes players got a cut and there's blood. Could be a couple of things. We'll kind of see what it is. It's 2nd and 13. Blitz coming. Ball released. Throw toward the sideline. Catch made by Nowell right at the 40-yard line, and that's a Central Mississippi Animal Clinic 1st and 10 for the Rebels.
One adjustment we see out of the Simpson defense right after halftime, it was Chance Funchess matched up on Jack Harkins that entire first half. Starting out the second half, they put Funchess one-on-one with Matthew Nowell, who had that touchdown reception in that first half.
Nowell ran that route to the right, came back, got a really accurate throw from Wilcox, 1st and 10. To the air they go again, looking left. Ball thrown, complete to Weaver at the 48, and he gets rocked. No, it came out, incomplete. And boy, did Weaver take one right in the chest. And he's down right on the 50-yard line. Play stops at 11:16 in the third quarter for trainer David Jones to come out and, along with Coach Josh Ray and Coach Pickins, to look at Weaver. And we'll take a quick break with score 14-0 early third quarter.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pet. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Total Pain Care has been the trusted name in interventional pain therapy for over 20 years. While the healthcare world keeps changing, our dedication to exceptional patient care stays the same. We are privately owned and operated with 2 full-time locations, Meridian and right here in Philadelphia. Pain management has made significant strides, and our physicians are committed to offering the most innovative procedures. Visit TotalPainCare.org or call for more information so we can get you back to living your best life.
You gotta live your best life.
Boswell Media Sports.
Out of the injury timeout, Wilcox, I think, got the snap before he was ready. Ends up throwing it away. The Rebels end up having to waste it down. But Mathen Weaver got up on his feet, got up on his own, walked to the near sideline. May have just gotten the wind knocked out of him. He is banged up all around, battling a sore thumb, and played really with a lot of toughness tonight.
He's taking some shots for sure. Good to see Weaver standing up on that sideline because he looks like he took a big hit after the last play, and good to see him up and moving around on that Rebel sideline.
3rd and 10. Wilcox surveys a 4-man front. 3 wide receivers left, 1 right. Needing to throw it. Throwing it to complete to Stovall at the 42-yard line in Simpson territory. Gain of 18 and a first down. Great catch from Caden Stovall.
Stovall coming in for Weaver. Next man up mentality for the Rebels. Stovall coming in, making a key grab, making a first down for the Rebel offense.
Weaver's back in the slot on the right side. 1st and 10, 42-yard line. Garrett Adcock with not much space to run in. No gain on the play, 2nd and 10. He gave Stovall to the 41-yard line. So the ball is there, 2nd and 10, left hash, 10:44, ticking 3rd quarter clock. Leake 14, Simpson nothing. From the shotgun, hard count, and the D-line twitches, comes offside, and gives Leake a free 5 yards. First time that's happened this evening.
Hadn't seen neither side jumping off too much as most teams go on their first count, but a hard count by George Wilcox, able to draw that Simpson defensive line offside, sets the Rebels up at 3rd and 5 on the 36.
Harkins splits to the left. Chandler and H-back on that left side, and then Weaver and Nowell out to the right. 2nd and 5, handoff bobbled momentarily from Adcock, and he's going to get swarmed in the backfield, but break loose, get positive yardage, get pulled by his right leg, and stay upright long enough to extend himself toward the 30-yard line and pick up the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down.
Garrett Adcock once again just staying low to the ground, dodging all kinds of Simpson defenders. Thought it was going to be a major tackle for loss, but Garrett Adcock keeping his head down, his body low to the ground, was able to go and move around some Simpson defenders, pick up a first down for the Rebels.
That was a hard-earned 6 yards, ladies and gentlemen. Under 10 to play in the 3rd quarter. Snap back to Wilcox. Firing for the end zone, right side, one-on-one play, incomplete. Nowell was the intended receiver, and much taller Chance Funchess was covering him well. 2nd and 10 coming up for the Rebels.
Now with just a fade route on that right outside close to the Simpson sideline. And Funchess is with Nowell step for step like we mentioned earlier. Funchess adjusting in the second half, covering Matthew Nowell as he was getting deep end zone targets. And Funchess, one of the better defenders on this Simpson team, with Nowell step for step.
2nd and 10. Wilcox with time will throw it short underneath, crossing route to Chandler, who's put down immediately at the 25-yard line. Pick up a 5 on the play as Parker Pinkerton made the tackle on Chandler, who's been the favored target tonight.
Chandler getting a lot of looks in that slot position on the left side on that last play. Just threw a little 5-yard drag route, and he's wide open, and George Wilcox got it to him for gain of 5. Now it's 3rd and 5 for the Rebel offense.
Corey Burns wanting to change the play. 14 on the play clock. Rebels at the right hash, 3rd and 5. Blitzer coming from the outside, stepping up away but getting sacked. Around the 33-yard line, Wilcox goes down As 76, Ethan Womack grabbed hold of him. Second sack tonight for the Simpson defense, and now the Rebels have 4th and 13 at the 33, and got to go for it, but there's not a lot of great play calls to make here. The Rebels are just going to have to take advantage of what they do well in the long pass game.
Well, we saw last week at Lamar, the Rebel offense with a 4th and long situation that drew up a trick play design and got the touchdown on that last game against Lamar, so maybe we'll see something up the offensive coordinator Corey Burns' sleeve.
2 receivers each side. Protection for Wilcox. Throw is off target toward the 20-yard line, intended for Nowell. And the Rebels turn it over on downs at the 33. Simpson will get it for the first time. Leake 14, Simpson nothing. 8:09 to go in the quarter. Got an in-sports trivia question for you coming up here, and it's about football, believe it or not. We're going to talk about record-setting quarterback in Mississippi high school history. You may not have heard of him. This one's just going to be a straight guess. I'll get it to you here hopefully during this series. May even get 2 questions out of it. Here we go. 1st and 10. Shotgun set with 2 running backs. McKinney hands it to Barry. And Barry will burst ahead for about 4 to the 38-yard line. For Grayson McDonald upends him. 2nd and 6. Funchess goes out to the left. 2 receivers to the right. Polk and Walker. 4-man front for L.A. Handoff straight ahead, and Hagan Bobo stops that one for a gain of just 1 to the 39. Give to Barry. Third and 4, or 5 really. 3rd and 5 from the 39-yard line. They've got to get almost to the 44 for the first down. Out of a 3 wideout set. Handoff, sweep right side, and tackled in the backfield. Kobe Kemp puts Barry down. They didn't get a thing on that play. Up to the 40, just about a 1.5 is all they get. It's going to be 4th and about 4.
Kobe Kemp shot through that Simpson offensive line, and Barry never saw him. Kobe Kemp in there to make the stop on 3rd down for the Rebels, and it looks like they're going to keep the offense on the field for Simpson.
But they're bringing in the big bodies. Look like they're going to run that power set, wishbone set they ran in the first quarter.
And they had Matthew Weaver was out in punt return, but they put him out.
You need to be careful you don't jump offside here. Just 6 on the play clock as they get to the line of scrimmage. Under center, toss. Rebels stop it. Tyler Winstead tackles the big back Benjamin Kennedy at the 42, and that's not going to be enough. The Rebels will take over on downs at the 42 with 6:02 to play, leading by 2 touchdowns.
Simpson trying to go with a power formation to punch it forward for that first down, but the Rebel defense was right there to respond right out of this second half. First drive for the Rebel defense, making a key stop, setting the Rebel offense up in Simpson territory. Can't ask for much better field position.
Kim, you got to give Hagan Bobo credit also for just kind of forcing that play a little bit more to the outside than Kennedy wanted to go. 1st and 10, Leake at the 42. Handoff to Adcock. He'll get stacked up at the 38, pick up 4 on first down. All right, here's your question. Kamario Taylor holds the record for season passing yards in Mississippi high school football. He threw for 3,647 yards, which is unbelievable. Question, and it's just a guess. I will tell you, he went to a school that's more or less in this part of the state. I'm going to ask you which part of that state in a moment, Here's Adcock breaking through 30, down near the 20. Into the second level goes Adcock on some hard running and a good block at left tackle by Hayden Jenkins.
Garrett Adcock in this game, we've seen a lot of stop and go. He's kind of waiting for a hole to open up and just burst through with explosiveness, getting a lot of big runs in this game for the Rebels.
Here in the David Barham Insurance red zone as Adcock bounces to the outside, 15, up the sideline, down toward the 10, and a face mask flag will come in. Okay, or maybe a late hit. A late flag came in inside the 10-yard line. Looks like he's tackled at the 9. There may be penalty yardage added to it. I can't even see. Somebody's holding up a sign, and I can't see what's going on. There we go. Now the sign's down. Adcock coming out limping, not putting any pressure on his left leg. David Jones is going to look at Garrett Adcock, and John David Gill checks into the game for Leake with 5:13 to go. And there was apparently no penalty on the play, or have they just not measured it off yet? That play into the near sideline. Here's a personal foul against the Cougars. First and goal in the David Barham Insurance red zone. Ball walked down to the 4-yard line. Two wideouts split to the left, one to the right. Chandler lined up on the right as a tight end. Gill, the running back, after Adcock left with an injury. Play clock hasn't been reset yet. This has taken a long time to come together. Now here we go. Rebels are ready. First and goal. Gill with a give right side. Will stick his nose in, drive it toward the 1. Gain of 3. Second and goal, Rebels from the 1.
John David Gill just got the carry on first down for the Rebels, set him up at the 1-yard line, has come out of the ball game.
And yep, there's number 19 back in there, Garrett Adcock. From the 1, second and goal. Hand off Adcock, he will sweep right side. He is in, 6 for the Rebels. And the score is now 20-0. Second rushing TD for sophomore Garrett Adcock. Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting.
Keeping it on the ground with Garrett Adcock was the story of the drive, just bobbing and weaving all throughout the Simpson defense and punch it in. Good to see him come in after the late hit he got, but just keep it on the ground with Adcock and got another touchdown for the Rebels. Rebels lead 20-0 over Simpson.
Howell's extra point. Off to the left, no good. 4:39 to play, third quarter. Leake 20. And Simpson is our new score. We'll be back with a Moore's Pharmacy kickoff, but let's see. First, is there a flag? Hold on. See what that flag is. Back along the 12-yard line on the far boundary. And everybody goes quiet. It looks like the penalty was against Leake, it looks like. Sideline warning against the Cougars. All right, there won't be any penalty on that first warning. And we'll keep it here. Sometimes that just interrupts the flow of getting to the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff. We'll keep it here. Leake 20, Simpson nothing, third quarter score. If you're wondering about the World Series game 1, the Dodgers lead the Yankees 1-0 in the bottom of the 5th inning. Just scored their first run.
You got to wonder if the sideline warning penalty was, it was mentioned earlier in the ball game about the horns being blew and some noisemakers being blown during the play, and you got to wonder if somebody heard something on the sideline that's what drew the penalty, could have been for the sideline warning with the noisemakers.
Leake takes advantage, taking over on downs at their 42. The Moore's Pharmacy kickoff, deep, taken by Hayes Berry. at the 12. Out to the right hash, and he gets leveled by Kobe Kemp. And that gets people up on their feet with that tackle. 4.5 minutes to play. Leake ahead 20-0.
We've seen all kinds of blows taken by that Simpson kickoff return team. They don't see the Rebels coming. They've hit them twice by Matthew Weaver, kickoff before that, and Kobe Kemp laying the boom again on that kickoff return by the Simpson Cougars. He never saw Kobe Kemp coming, and he just weighed him out.
Simpson not built for quick scores, but I formation. Hand off, and Kemp will stand up, bury, and stop him shy of the 30, right at the 30. Gain of 4 on the play. All right, the question being the all-time leading season passer in Mississippi high school history, Kamario Taylor. Where did he go to high school? You got 3 choices. Meridian, Louisville, Noxubee County. Think about that here. Meridian, Louisville, Noxubee County. Second and 6. Quick toss, Funchess at the 35. Harkins doesn't let him get by, but he's able to move across the 40 and pick up the first down. Set the ball down. Looks like between the 42 and the 43. We'll call it the 43, first down.
I'm going to say that Kamario Taylor, the Mississippi State commit, plays at Noxubee County High School.
All right. Sam has guessed correctly. No surprise, Noxubee County has been so good, so prolific offensively. Quick throw right side into the sideline. Joshua Gray making the tackle on Walker Polk. A gain of about 4 up to the 47-yard line. That's in sports trivia tonight. Rebels trying to defend a 3-touchdown lead, play. If they win this ball game, play 2 weeks from tonight right here against an opponent to be determined. Second and 6, throw off the hands of Walker at the Rebel 45. Jack Harkins was nearby in coverage. That would have picked up a first down for Simpson.
Like you mentioned, Phil, this Simpson team isn't known to go real fast on offense, and they're having to throw it. They've thrown the past 3 plays, and just some really short passes that they've thrown. It looks like we got a timeout on the field now.
Small town rental timeout. 3.5 minutes to go, third quarter. Rebels 20, Simpson nothing.
Dr. Ryan Anderson and his crew at Central Mississippi Animal Clinic love getting to know you and your pet. In addition to your pet's health care, they offer boarding that will be your fur baby's home away from home. Become a member of the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic family today. Download the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic app or go to centralmississippianimalclinic.com. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic, Highway 35, Carthage.
Walk into the shimmering world of Cross Gates Jewelers in Pearl, where every piece of fine jewelry will tell a story and represent the memories of your life. Their GIA graduate gemologist will show you their exquisite collection of engagement rings and bridal sets, answering any questions you may have when choosing the perfect diamond and setting. Their expert in-house repairs ensures your cherished items are in the best hands. Crossgate Jewelers, located at the corner of Cross Park and Highway 80 in Pearl. You are unique, and your jewelry should be too.
Boswell Media Sports.
Another hard-hitting Leake versus Simpson district ball game. 3rd and 6 for the visitors from Mendenhall from the 47-yard line. 3 receivers to the short side of the field. Rebels will blitz. Pressure coming up. They'll toss a screen out to Walker. Gets the first down, and Joshua Gray makes a nice open field tackle, except I think he got his hand on Walker's face mask, and that'll be 15 yards added on, and it should move Simpson down near the 25.
It looked like it was Grayson McDonald coming in with the blitz on Barrett McKinney, but McKinney just lofted it on a little screen pass over McDonald's head and went for a big gain by Simpson.
Okay, horse collar tackle is the call, not face mask, but the penalty yardage the same. Walked down to the 24. Simpson set up now with good field position after converting a third down on a screen pass and then getting a 15-yard penalty tacked on. Cougars going left to right against the Rebel D. 4-man front for LA, 1st and 10 from the 24, I formation. And boy, Kemp is playing like a man possessed. Tackles Barry at the line of scrimmage, no gain.
Barry had no chance
in fact,
to that
lost
play.
a yard. Sorry.
Kobe Kemp was right there to come in through that gap in the offensive line, and Barry had no chance. He had the ball on a handoff, and Kemp was right there for the tackle for a loss. So great response by the Rebel defense after that big play. Kobe Kemp right there making the tackle for the Rebels.
From my unofficial total, I'm keeping Kobe's about to get in double digits in tackles. He may already be there. I missed some here or there. Here's 2nd and 11. Option pitch to the outside, Kennedy. Good play, Joshua Gray, who didn't let him get around him, tackled a much bigger back inside the 20. Matthew Nowell slipped down, but I thought maybe he was cramping up, but he's up back on his feet. Gain of about 7 to the 19. Call it 3rd and 5. 2:07 on a ticking third quarter clock. Third quarter is presented by Westside Body Shop. Simpson in the David Barham Insurance Red Zone at the 19. Offset eye. There's Pete Peebles tackling McKinney in the backfield for a loss. 4th down play coming up. Be 4th and 8. And there's a Rebel down on his back in the middle of the crowd. He's up on his feet now. It's Peebles says he can walk off whatever he's got. Caden Monk, 34, will come into the game for Peebles. Peebles having that brace on his right knee. Got a minute 23 on the third quarter clock that will reset. And Simpson at this down and distance and this point in the game, down 20-0, needs to go for it on 4th and 8. But first they'll take a small town rental timeout that we'll take with them.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
If you love sports, get in the game by getting In Sports. In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia, puts you in the game with personalized jerseys and fan wear to support your favorite team. In Sports has the cheer uniforms you're looking for, as well as plaques and trophies. Looking for sports equipment? In Sports has that too. In Sports also believes in giving the best possible customer service with in-town deliveries. Be the fan you've always wanted to be with In Sports, just off the square in Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
1:11 to go in the third quarter, and it's a 4th and 8 for Simpson from their 22-yard line. They need to get just beyond the 15 for the first down. They'll put an H-back to the right, send a wide receiver, split to each side. Back in the shotgun is senior Barrett McKinney. Hayes Berry, the running back, to his left. McKinney takes the shotgun snap, play fake, rolls to the left, tosses underneath to Kennedy. He'll sidestep, spin away from a defender. Gage Bennett brings him down at about the 15. And depending on the spot, it'll go one. We'll see. They say first down, Rebels. They stop him by half a yard. Tackle by Gage Bennett. A huge tackle gives Leake the ball. I thought Kennedy was going to wiggle and spin his way to a first down.
He tried to reach as far as he could, but it looked like he was down when he was trying to outreach the ball and get that first down for Simpson. So great Another great stand by this Rebel defense, really showing up in this ball game tonight, pitching a shutout so far against Simpson. So great to see this Rebel defense responding.
.101 to play in the quarter. Gill on the carry on first down. Will get put down on the grass at about the 18-yard line and get 3 on first down. Gill will check out. Adcock checks in. 2 wide receivers left, 1 to the right. Rebels going to use some clock. Give it to Adcock. He's got a nice gain on second down. Straight ahead to the 23. Leave Leake with third and a couple of yards to gain.
And the Rebels can take this to the fourth quarter if they want to keep that clock rolling and get a third down and short coming into the fourth quarter. But we're going to see what they do. Looks like they're not in any hurry, so they might take this one to the fourth quarter.
Watch that clock tick under 7 seconds in the Westside Body Shop third quarter. And we'll get down to the fourth quarter with a district title within reach for Leake, leading Simpson 20-0 after 3.
Westside Body Shop says, let's face it, stuff happens. And when it does, they can take care of damage as small as a chip in your windshield all the way up to full collision services. Insurance claims are always welcome too. Just be sure your first stop is Westside Body Shop in Philadelphia. They also specialize in truck accessories, including toolboxes, visors, Nerf bars, and winches. They make your ride look cool. Westside Body Shop, just off Beacon Street on Waterview Lane, right behind the Huddle House in Philadelphia.
Moore's Pharmacy in Carthage, Sebastopol, and Walnut Grove appreciate you, their customers. We have a beautiful selection of gifts with free gift wrapping. We are one of the only pharmacies around to offer compounding and women's hormone replacement therapy. Moore's Pharmacy accepts all insurance, including Medicaid. Our 2-lane drive-through and prescription synchronization will make your visit very convenient. Come see us. We have the shortest wait time in town and a professional staff to assist you. Moore's Pharmacy, Highway 16, Carthage.
Boswell Media Sports.
Start the fourth quarter from Thagard Field. Philip Palmertree and Sam Rigby. Billy Steen, our studio producer. Brooklyn Wade behind the camera. Glad you're with us on Cruiser 98.3 and on the Boswell Media Sports YouTube channel. And we want to remind you, Rebel fans, Total Pain Care is the official wellness sponsor of Rebel Athletics. They have locations in Philadelphia and Meridian. You can find out more about them at TotalPainCare.org. 3rd down and 2 for the Rebels. Their own 23 with 12 minutes on the clock. Shotgun set. Keeper. First down and more for Wilcox. He'll duck around the 30-yard line, but he'll get the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down at the 31.
Wilcox fooled the Simpson defense, because Garrett Adcock was getting a lot of carries on this drive, and Wilcox kept it for himself, and also a good job protecting himself on the slide instead of taking an extra hit by that Simpson defense. So getting the first down and keeping possession with the Rebel offense.
8-yard gain for QB1. 2 receivers to the left. That's the wide side of the field. 1 to the right. Rebels will hand it off. Adcock to the 35. And the Rebels just punching them ahead. Brewer making the tackle. Pick up a 4. Mag Heights leading Starkville 14-13. They start the fourth quarter. 2nd and 6 for the Rebels. They're using play clock, coming to the line with 10 on the play clock. 3 wide out set. Simpson creeping down, putting 9 men in the box. Hand off. Adcock, he's got space. 40 up near the 45 before Sam Smith upends him. He'll get the Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down. Ball up near the 46. Leake doing here what they did in the final 5 minutes last week against Lamar, and that's just putting the ball in the hands of the runners and offensive line opening up holes, blocking, moving defenders late, trying to salt away a ball game.
Like you said, we talk a lot about the running backs for the Leake Rebels, but it's been that offensive line creating these big holes that the running backs have been able to get through all night.
1st and 10, Gill dives ahead to the 49 for 4 yards. Womack making the tackle for Simpson. Second down, 6 for Leake at their own 49. No points scored in the first quarter. First points were scored at the 4:39 mark of the second quarter. Leake scored in the final minute of the second quarter to take a 14-0 lead into the halftime. They're really draining some clock here. 9:37, ticking clock, 2nd and 6. Play fake. Screen to Chandler. Got to get around one defender, but he's not going to be able to do it. And the Rebels lose yards on that play. Lose 5. The 44-yard line, 3rd and 11. Simpson wasn't fooled by the screen action.
Major Chandler had an open look on that screenplay for just a split second, but Simpson defenders got around the downfield Rebel blockers on the offensive line and just got around Major Chandler and made that tackle for loss. So now it's a 3rd and long, something that the Rebels haven't had on this drive tonight, as they've had a lot of 3rd and shorts, but this is the first 3rd and long, 3rd and 11 now for the Rebels.
Right, Palokas in the game on the right side, throwing off the back foot, deep, throw into a crowd. Pass for Nowell knocked away at the 30. Rebels will punt for the first time tonight with under 9 to play in the Neshoba County Co-op fourth quarter.
Even though this is the first punt of the night for the Rebel offense, you got to credit how much clock they were managed to take off of the game clock and prevent Simpson from going out back on offense so quickly. They killed off about a little over 4 minutes of time off the game clock, so credit to the Rebel offense.
Nowell's punt away under pressure. Good kick. Coming up on it at the 25 on a fair catch is Barry. 25-yard line starting point for Simpson as Leake leads the Cougars 20-0. If Leake wins this game, they are the Central Division champs, first district title since 2021, and they'll have a first-round bye in the 5A playoffs. Cougars going right to left. McKinney needs to throw it. He'll heave it deep. Streaking receiver. Funches had it in his hands at the 25 and just couldn't hang on to it. Nowell and Harkins were back there, but Funches had a step on both.
Rebel defense catch a break on that one because Funches just ran a straight fade route down that right side and was open, but it was just overthrown by Barrett McKinney, or Funches would be standing in the end zone for a touchdown if McKinney would have put that one on target.
Second and 10. 2 receivers left, 1 right. McKinney, quick fire, hitch, bouncing off a defender and turning up ahead from the 20 to the 22. Is 22 Brady McKinney, a freshman, making a tackle for about 7. Third down, 3, almost 4. From the 32. Leake's defense has held Simpson at 0. Chance Funches returns to the game from the sideline. I think he was just getting a breather for a couple of minutes there, and they'll put trips to the left. No receiver out to the right. Put a tight end over there. Here's McKinney looking to his left to throw. Throws under pressure. complete for the first down at the 42. Braden Welch makes the tackle right away on Barry. Move the sticks and keep Simpson going, but this rate, if Simpson wants to take 2-3 plays to move the chains, that's perfectly okay from Leake's perspective.
Absolutely. Rebels are really they're up by 20, but want to get rid of as much of that clock as possible, and they're making some stops on defense to get these 3rd and longs, which Leake defense is fine with, but see how they can make a stand on this next possession.
1st and 10 from the 42. McKinney, little shoulder fake pump. Now the Rebels chase him from the pocket out to the right, and Kobe Kemp runs him down from behind for a sack. That's a Chipley's square view in sack for the beast, Kobe Kemp, tonight.
Kobe Kemp with the sack, but credit to Jack Harkins and Matthew now sticking with Chance Funchess on that right side. McKinney was eyeing Funchess the whole time, waiting on him to go. He was running a little stop and go, trying to fool Harkins and Nowell out there, but they were right with Funchess and gave Kobe Kemp the time to make the play in the backfield for the big sack for the Rebel defense.
They lose 11 on the play. 2nd and long. Setting up a screen. Nothing there. Throw it and look for Adcock, Simpson's Adcock, and Braden Welch was cloaked over there at the 40-yard line, and Adcock for Simpson wanted a pass interference penalty.
And I thought for a second he was going to secure, Adcock was going to secure the catch, but couldn't hold on to it as he was rolling on the ground trying to make a grab, just let it loose, and ball rolled, incompletion for the Rebels, so now 3rd and 20 for Simpson.
Trips to the right. McKinney steps up to escape pressure. Fires it short of the sticks, incomplete for Barry. And again, Braden Welch was right there with the receiver. And you're not going to go for it, 4th and 21. So here's Pinkerton setting up to punt. Weaver back to receive around his own 35. Under 6.5 to go. Then the Neshoba County Co-op 4th quarter. End over end kick. Weaver get away from it. It takes a tremendous roll inside the 20 to the 15. The Rebels have the ball there with 6:12 to play before celebrating a district championship if they can hold on to a 20-0 lead.
If the Rebels can manage to do what they did on their last drive, was move the ball greatly down the field just by running the ball, running the clock, keeping the ball on the ground, the Rebels will have great opportunity to finish out this ball game and win the Central Division for sure.
Garrett Adcock and running back. Nowell and Weaver get out to the left. Paloka split to the right. From the shotgun. Give to Adcock. He's waiting for a block to set up. Flag comes in behind the play. He got about 3. Officials already walking it back 10 yards to the 5-yard line. Nope, they walk it back 8 yards to the 7. Okay. So it'll be 1st and 18.
Ball after the penalty will be placed at the 8-yard line, first down.
Rebel offense huddled up around the north end zone, just looking into the sideline for directions from Coach Burns. Out of a 3-wide out set, they'll run it. Breaking one tackle, Adcock doesn't break through the second time. Chance Adcock tackles him, shy of the 10. Short gain on first down. 5:50 and the clock runs. Line of scrimmage, the 9, a pickup of 2.
Rebels once again in no hurry on that offensive side. They're standing in the huddle, letting the play clock get down to about 10 seconds on the play clock before they get up and run the play. Just taking off much time as they can. Clock ticking under 5 minutes, 30 seconds now.
Nice hold for Adcock. He's got the first down and more to the 25. Still on his feet, 30 outside the numbers. And down at the 42. 33 yards on the run. Central Mississippi Animal Clinic first down, and that's a huge run for Adcock. That surely takes him over 100 for the night.
Absolutely. Garrett Adcock been the story of the night so far. We talked about how good this Simpson run defense is, and Garrett Adcock has stepped right up and found the holes, and credit to that Rebel offensive line making some holes for Adcock to get through and get down the field and just chew some clock and gain some solid yardage. Like we said, Adcock absolutely over 100 yards on the day.
Two receivers to the left, one to the right. H-back to the left. Straight ahead, Adcock to the 45. He gains 3 on first down. Benjamin Kennedy took his feet out from under him, and Leake will keep pounding on the Simpson front. A lot of hands on hips out there from the defensive line. Linebackers, they'll make some substitutions as well, will the Cougars. Right now, Leake's just draining clock and leaning on these guys.
And this is something like we saw last week at Lamar. Just all of the clock's on their side. All they got to do is just gain the necessary yardage and keep it on the ground and move the chains, and everything will go their way. And it's been doing that so far on the night. Rebels keeping it on the ground and moving.
2nd and 7. Adcock straight ahead, breaks through, 40. In a foot race, 20, 10, 5. He takes it to the house, 6 for the Rebels. For 55 yards, 3rd touchdown run of the night. And you can put this one on ice, my friend.
You just mentioned it, Phillip, that Simpson defense had their hands on hips. Well, Garrett Adcock's got a little more left in the tank. Turn on the juice and get through for the touchdown run, 55-yard run. Touchdown run by Garrett Adcock.
Rebel touchdowns presented by Weaver Tax and Accounting. Here's Matthew Dowell for the extra point. The kick is up, it's away, it's good. New score with 3:59 to go. Rebels putting Simpson away 27-0 with under 4 to play. We'll be back with the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff.
Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family-owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Attention, deer slayers. We are talking to you.
Why should you make Neshoba County Co-op a priority? They are the hunting headquarters. Repeat, the hunting headquarters. Come get your game plot mixes and fertilizer today. They have your tree stands, game cameras, sets, and knives too. Neshoba County Co-op has the most abundant line of camo clothing and rubber boots you hunters out there are looking for. Oh, and don't wait. You better do your Christmas shopping while you're there.
Neshoba County Co-op, Main Street, Philadelphia.
Boswell Media Sports.
Dowell's kick, the Moore's Pharmacy kickoff at the 13. Sam Smith on the return past the 25, and he's taken off his sticks at the 34. 3:53 to go.
Last drive for the Rebels. Didn't take long. A couple of penalties to set them back in their drive, but it was ultimately a 4-play, just keeping on the ground with Garrett Adcock. He burst through the middle of the offensive line for a 55-yard run, touchdown run by Garrett Adcock. Rebels lead 27-0. That's your performance therapy reset.
27-0. I formation set. McKinney under center with out of a pro set or offset I, you might say. Nothing much there up the middle. Gage Bennett, Owen Hitt, Tyler Winstead all working together. Make the tackle.
Rebel defensive line playing a key part tonight in this defensive success they've had, stopping the run at the first line of defense as this defensive line making some key stops.
2nd down and 9 from the 35. Park Lane has defeated Columbia 42-13. Here's a throw to the outside for a short gain to Brady McKinney, the 38, for a gain of about 2, maybe 3. It'll be 3rd and 6. Under 3 minutes to play in the Neshoba County Co-op fourth quarter.
Simpson not in any hurry on offense, stay in that same I formation.
Here's McKinney escaping from pressure, ball stripped. Still fought for along the 40-yard line. Officials say that Simpson has it. He nearly motioned Rebel football. The Rebels say they got it, but Owen Hitt had it coming out of the pile. But they'll wind the clock and say 4th down and about 4.5 for Simpson.
Official kind of throws for a doozy. He pointed towards that Rebel ball, saying it was Rebel ball, and then before he completed his motion, turned it around and said it's Simpson's ball.
Indecision is a decision. Simpson here pretty much waving the white flag. They send the punt unit out. It'll be 2 minutes to play when the ball's kicked away, and a bad punt off the left side of the foot, shanked over out of bounds inside the 40. And Leake doesn't have to do anything here. With a minute 57 to play, they take over, leading 27-0.
Looks like they can just get 4 straight victory formations or 3 straight victory formations, I should say.
Simpson can stop the clock once. That's it. They've used 2 of their timeouts. Remember, the Woodstock Furniture postgame is coming up. We'll try to find out as many scores as we can. It's been harder than any night of the year to get scores on the night we were most interested in them. It always happens that way. But Coach Pickins will join us, we expect. We'll talk about this Rebel victory. A district championship and a first-round bye in the playoffs. And it is indeed the offensive coordinator's favorite formation, the victory formation. Snap back to Wilcox, and he puts his right knee down on the dry, dusty turf. And the clock runs, and the crowd rises to their feet. It has been another physical, rock'em sock'em kind of game, but Leake has been the one to make the clutch plays in the second and third quarter to put this one in the win column.
Second half, it's been all Leake doing the rocking and socking in this second half, making all the key plays and just keeping it on the ground and being the bigger force on this offense and the defense, posting a shutout in this ball game.
Another knee taken. Knee down at the 27. Crowd just enjoying watching that number on the north scoreboard get smaller, under 1 minute to play. And we will go final.
Looks like we're going to have one more victory formation come in for the Rebel offense. That'll be your ball game.
That is going to be it, folks. Last time. We'll go ahead and put it in the book as final. Leake wins 27-0 against rival Simpson. And it's a celebration here at Thagard Field. The Rebels win the district title, get a first-round bye in the playoffs. We'll talk about all that and more coming up in the Woodstock Furniture postgame. So don't go anywhere as Leake Academy football continues from Boswell Media Sports.
Walk into the shimmering world of Cross Gates Jewelers and Pearl, where every piece of fine jewelry will tell a story and represent the memories of your life. Their GIA graduate gemologists will show you their exquisite collection of engagement rings and bridal sets, answering any questions you may have when choosing the perfect diamond and setting. Their expert in-house repairs ensures your cherished items are in the best hands. Crossgate Jewelers, located at the corner of Cross Park and Highway 80 in Pearl. You are unique, and your jewelry should be too.
What is the value of an independent insurance agent? We don't work for any one insurance company. Instead, we work for our clients. We sell insurance from multiple companies, and that means at South Group Cox Agency, you always have an expert on your side who can find you the best policy and rates for you and your family. Now is the time to come by and let us at South Group Cox give you a free quote. Open Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. South Group Cox Agency, 207 West Main Street in Carthage.
Now, Bob, when we started the Bring Your Kid to Work Day, this wasn't exactly what we had in mind.
I'm sorry, but they're my babies. We're about to go grab lunch and then head to the farm.
Well, where are you headed?
Rosebud General Store, out there in Rosebud on Highway 487 East. Nothing but the best for my babies. They got everything you need for your farming family.
Well, your calf sure is sweet. Does she have a name?
There's the cow patty.
Whoa, let me get this straight. You named your cow Patty?
No, sir. It's what you stepped in.
Ew.
Rosebud General Store, Highway 487 East.
When dealing with something as complex as taxes and payroll can be, you can turn to Weaver Tax and Accounting to make things easier. Their professional staff works diligently to make sure your business and personal returns are complete and finished in a timely manner. Weaver Tax and Accounting will also execute your bookkeeping and payroll, bringing you the best in tax services since 1979. Weaver Tax and Accounting, 20 South Street, Sebastopol, and 109 Chadwick Avenue in Walnut Grove.
Navigate your way to Carthage Collision Center. Easy to find, right on Highway 16 in Carthage. Our professionals offer exceptional repair services, getting you back on the road in no time. Experience unparalleled customer service coupled with cutting-edge technology. Call us 601-267-4727. Make a turn towards peace of mind with Carthage Collision Center, where quality meets reliability.
My knee rehab was 100% successful thanks to Performance Therapy. They sat down with me and created a plan to ensure I would achieve my personal rehabilitation goals, and they encouraged me to get the most out of every session. Performance Therapy provided plenty of material for me to continue my rehab in between sessions too. Hopefully I don't have to see them in the future, but if I did, I would definitely choose Performance Therapy again.
For more information, go to performancetherapyms.com. Performance Therapy, Carthage, Philadelphia, and Forest.
Big discounts at Triple M Motors. That's right, big dealer discounts plus GM consumer rebates means you save big.
Not in the market for a new ride? Check out our pre-owned.
Triple M Motors carries a good selection of SUVs, cars, and trucks. Stop by or check us out on the web at triplemmotors.com. That's triplemmotors.com.
Woodstock Furniture in Philadelphia says, let's go Rebels. Woodstock Furniture has a game plan to score big-time savings for our Rebel faithful all season long. Family-owned and operated, Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia behind McAllister's has a winning tradition with their low price guarantee on furniture for every room in the house. Plus, if you buy it today, you get it today. Woodstock Furniture at 70 Canal Place in Philadelphia loves the Rebels like the Rebels love to win.
Boswell Media Sports.
Your MAIS 5A Central Division champions are the Leake Academy Rebels. First time in 3 years the Rebels have won the district. They got it in a very satisfying way with a 27-0 shutout over rival Simpson Academy at Thagard Field in Madden. Philip Palmertree and Sam Rigby, we're here. And a whole lot of folks are still here, enjoying this Rebel victory that put them in the top 3 seeds for the MAIS 5A State Football Tournament. Don't have to play next week, and we know we'll be right here 2 weeks from tonight against an opponent to be determined. Before we talk about this game, we've got update for you. They're playing down in the final minute. Mag Heights and Starkville. It's Starkville ahead 21-14, but the Chiefs have the ball. driving on the Volunteers. So that game will come down, no doubt, to the final minute of the game. And been watched up here. Appreciate Caleb Burns sharing that with us as well. Melvin Wooten's put some scores in front of us. A couple of other games. Jackson Prep leads MRA 28-17 with a minute 45 left in the third quarter. We announced earlier Park Lane, who's likely to be the 1 seed in the 5A pool, defeating Columbia 42-13. And that's those are some ball games that are critical for predicting who's going to do what. We'll just wait an hour or two and see. And you can watch Leake Academy Sports on social media, and they'll keep you up to date on who the opponent will be. But we know this 2 weeks from tonight, right here, no game next week. So that gives some players chance to heal up. And Coach Burns mentioned to us before the game, Sam Tanner Walsworth. He said if we can get that week off, it sure would help Tanner be ready on that offensive line. Mm-hmm. But one of the stories of this season has been how with McDill's banged up, Walsworth banged up, how John Wyatt King has stepped in. Talon Dillard has played at times, and it's been a next man up kind of thing on the offensive line for this club, and they have filled the holes and still move the football.
You couldn't tell it tonight. That Rebel offensive line did a great job moving that ball down the field. You couldn't tell there were any injuries on that offensive line. Rebels moved the ball down the field with great efficiency and just made big plays all night. Credit to Garrett Adcock and that Rebel offensive line, and also John David Gill getting some carries in that backfield, moving the ball. Rebels kept it on the ground tonight, something we hadn't seen a whole lot of this year, but that ground game was going great tonight for the Rebel offense.
And we'll talk to head coach Brian Pickins about it in just a moment as he's come into the press box. Minute 4 to go, and in the Mag Heights Starkville game, Mag Heights scored but failed to get a 2-point conversion. So they're going to have to try to get the ball back via an onside kick with a minute and change to play. 21-20, Starkville leading the Chiefs of Magnolia Heights. And if Starkville wins that game, that will you expect that would put Leake in the 2 spot and guarantee that the road to the state championship would go through Madden. You'd have to you'd have home playoff games all the way up to the finals, but there's a lot to go on there. We got a football game that just finished here to talk about with head coach Brian Pickins. Coach, thanks for being with us on the Woodstock Furniture postgame.
Thank you.
Well, and coming out of the break before you came in, I was recapping this, and I described it to the crowd as this ball club celebrating a district championship. First time in 3 years we've taken one, and doing it with a very satisfying 27-0 win, over a quality Simpson team.
Oh yeah, one like this right here. I'll be honest with you, as a coach, these are the kinds you like, because, like you said, 27-0. I don't know what our stats are, but there in the second half, we just started taking control of the line of scrimmage and running it. It's just old school. It was just as I say, just old nasty defense and just hard running. And I thought our line stepped up, did a great job. Adcock, a little 10th grade running back, he bowed that neck up and got us some hard yards, and then right there at the end broke one free.
That you just couldn't have written that any better for the kind of effort that the offensive line and Garrett Adcock had put in tonight against quality Simpson front. They have been hard to run against. A lot of ball clubs this year, but we were able to do it. The first half I described as a sort of you and I are about the same age. You remember the old Rock'em Sock'em robots. It was sort of punching back and forth.
Well, we kept having a turnover fest. We'd get down there and turn it over. They'd get it, turn it over. We'd get back, turn it over. So we kind of cancel each other out on the turnovers.
But in the second half, we started causing their head to pop up.
Yeah,
consistently.
Exactly.
If you're of the right age, you know exactly what we're talking about. But what we're saying is certainly the Rebels were able to get the advantage at the line of scrimmage and really take control in the fourth quarter. Kept it on the ground, kept the clock draining, kept the sticks moving, and put this one away to win the district championship. Talk about how that feels right now in terms of just taking into view the efforts that start back in the summer with conditioning and getting ready for a season, and now reaching this point at the end of the regular campaign.
Well, I tell you what, the feeling really goes back to last year. this group was so young last year, and so many of them were on this team playing last year. And I remember the first of the season. We're sitting in there 0-3, 0-4, and but you could just see the character this group had, the work ethic, the want to get better, and they just, like I said, they were just relentless. Every day at practice, they came to work. They overcame adversity, and then last year we got that first big win, and it started propelling us, and we finished the season off strong, and we came in with that same frame of mind, but they kept that same relentless effort. And, I told this group they could be special. And, even though we had some rocky moments there in the middle of the year, they battled back, put themselves in a position for this district championship and this bye. 5 weeks ago, we just didn't think this was going to happen. We figured, we would just go in the playoffs, and we were excited about it. We knew we were mathematically eligible for the playoffs, and we're excited, but like I said, 5 weeks ago we didn't think district title, but then things fell in shape, and they took care of their own destiny, by beating Lamar and East Rankin and going down there, and then we had this big one here at home, and us and Simpson have been playing for years. It's a rivalry, and so it's just, and they're a physical football team, and I just thought this was a great way to cap off a great regular season like this fashion. 27-0. Our defense really stepped up tonight, played their guts off, and then offensively, hey, we've been this big play, and we had some big plays there in the first half. But when it came down to it, our offensive line, that's the group I've been bragging on. I've told you that, there was times that, hey, these guys got to protect and these guys got to run block, and they stepped up tonight, and they took control of the game there in the second half. So yeah, it really feels good, like you said, first time since 2021. And this group's got us back where we want to be, and we're gonna have an open bye week this week, and so I'm just excited about what we got coming up.
You mentioned the defensive effort and pitching a shutout. That's always a feather in your cap. But I think we've got to talk for a minute about the play from start to finish from middle linebacker Kobe Kemp. And I tell you, he was finding that football all night long.
Oh yeah, he's a kid. Heck, he gets better every week. He gets better, and he just, like I said, got a great work ethic, and and he's also one of those you really don't want to step in front of now, because Kobe brings a punch when he hits you.
Yes,
we've done that on kickoff teams and defense. So but like I said, just a great kid, quiet. Does his thing, but he'll get after you, and he's very physical when he gets there.
And on offense, we talked about the run game. I also want to underline the effort and the just toughness, gutsiness of Catch-22, Mathen Weaver. I know he's been battling a thumb issue this week, and then he really took some tough hits in the open field tonight, but it just, kept getting off the mat and coming back in there, continuing to make plays for us.
Oh, it's kind of like that, prize fighter boxer. He takes those punches, he comes right back off the ropes at you. Like I said, he took some serious licks out there tonight, and he popped up and shook it off and went on about his business. But like I said, just a very mentally tough kid. You talk about the thumb. Look, there was no doubt in our head that that he was going to be out there. That's the type of kid he is. Just like I said, really, really just a mentally tough old boy.
So what's the approach this week with a 2-week space between games? I know you still got guys we want to have some bumps and bruises and get some guys a little healthier, but how do you approach that disruption of the rhythm with no game this week, and then we'll have to wait a whole week to know who we play?
Well, the first thing you start to do is, and it couldn't come at a better time, Monday will be our fall break. Remember, everybody, tomorrow night, starting at 4 o'clock, I'm putting on my headmaster plug real quick. Tomorrow night, 4 o'clock, our fall carnival begins. 6 o'clock will be the big auction. Like I said, everybody come out. Everybody will be in a good mood. We had a big win, so everybody's going to come out in a good mood. And let's have a big night. Let's have a fun night. And like I said, you come on out and help us with this fundraiser. It's a huge success for us year in, year out. And as a school, we use this money for so many different things, And, like I said, our PTO club, our boosters, our parents, they do such a great job. We've had a great week of it. As far as, our parents, I'm going to give my parents a plug this week. They've come out working these booths, and we've had a lot of fun, and they've worked really hard. So, so remember, tomorrow night, come out, join us out here. It'll be at the gymnasium. But, all right, let's get back to the question you asked. Like I said, I got my plug in, and I seriously wanted to see everybody here. But now next week, like I said, we'll take our fall break, and that is that. Like I said, couldn't come any better. So, and when you saw them hooping and holler, they weren't hooping and holler over the wind. They're hooping and hollering because I said I won't see you till Tuesday. So they're fixing to get a 3-day weekend. They're not going to have to run any. They're not going to come out here and listen to me nag at them, or any of the coaches nag at them for a day. So they get a 3-day weekend. And then we'll come back in, and even if we were in school, you was asking what an open date looks like. Well, it's you tell them Monday off. There's no reason to get out there on Monday. Let them enjoy it. Let them go home. But now this group, like I said, they can just enjoy the holiday, and they'll come back Tuesday. As coaches, we'll start collecting film on people. We're going to get ready for any opponent. But the biggest thing that we have to do, and that's the biggest chore of a coach during these bye weeks, is we've got to get our reps, and we got to get quality reps in. And so we're going to try to simulate a lot of stuff during the week. As the game speed as we can to stay in that rhythm. The last thing we do is get out of rhythm. And but this really comes at a good time. We've got a lot of guys that are nicked up, banged up, nothing serious, but you just got. These bodies are hurting. They've come through 10 weeks of some big games, so they're they're sore. So this week will be good for them. We don't have to just beat up on them and push them. But like I said, we do have to keep our reps going and stay and stay in rhythm.
Okay, Coach. Before we let you go and shut down our post game here, we're watching to see. Magnolia Heights lining up to kick what would be a go-ahead field goal, perhaps game-winning field goal in the final minute.
All right, I tell you what, while they get ready to do that, I want to give a shout-out to our cheerleaders.
Yes.
We are proud of them. Back-to-back state champions this year. Went down to competition Wednesday. I would have wished them luck, but we'd already been there, but I didn't know the results. So, it was hard to say anything when we did our shows. But I do want to tell them congratulations. They do a super job. Those girls, like I always say, when you see the signs on the fences, the run-throughs, the flags, that's all them. Our bad to the bone, celebration T-shirt for game, they get all that. So they do a super job. And just real proud that they were able to be successful this week down there at Jackson.
Yeah, and we had the cheerleader captain, co-captain up here at halftime and interviewed them and
good deal.
Really put the spotlight on them, highlighted, showed folks their performance at halftime. So,
like I said, really hard-working group of
girls.
That's
well-deserved.
And Miss Davis, Dee Davis, does a super job with them. Like I said, she's kind of building herself a dynasty, back-to-back state champion.
That's right. Hey, and I'm going to mention, I haven't had the opportunity to do it, but I'm going to mention here in the Woodstock Furniture postgame, great note about 2024 graduate of Leake Academy, Olivia Rudolph, won the NJCAA Region 23 individual cross-country championship in 5,000 meters for East Central Community College.
That is super.
And, we don't have a track team here, but she's run plenty in that gym for Coach Hatch.
That's right. Coach Hatch has her own. Well, if you've never seen Coach Hatch, she'll bring those girls out here and run around the football field. And they always look fired up when she does it. So maybe that's the training she got. But no, real proud of her. That's super. Like to see our kids go off and do big things when they get out of here.
And one other scoreboard game that at least has some bearing on us. Not so much by winning this game. It puts a lot of the scoreboard watching to bed for us. But JA defeats PCS 38-0, so that only helps us.
That gives us
and Magnolia Heights makes that field goal in the waning seconds to take a 23-21 lead over Starkville. So Magnolia Heights may win that. Looks like they may win that North Division, and we'll see how the points add up in the end. But that might put us at third rather than second. Starkville could have helped us there, at least by the way we're kind of looking at PowerPoints, but it'll all get sorted out within the next hour or so, and we'll see. We'll have a matchup against a team that's got to win a tough ball game this Friday night, and while we'll rest up and prep for it. So congratulations, Coach Pickins, on the 27-0 victory over Simpson tonight and district championship for your team, and glad that we got football here 2 weeks from tonight.
That's right. That's right.
Okay.
Appreciate what y'all do.
Thanks, Coach Brian Pickins, joining us on the Woodstock Furniture postgame. We'll put a wrap on it here. Thanks, Billy Steen. Thanks, Brooklyn Wade. Thanks, Sam Rigby. And thanks to all of you. We appreciate our sponsors, all our sponsors staying with us through playoffs. And we're grateful for that, grateful for all of you for watching and for listening. From Thagard Field signing off, I'm Philip Palmertree, where Leake wins 27-0 over Simpson and wins the 5A Central Division. We'll catch you in 2 weeks, Lord willing. Till then, good night. Grace and peace. Go Rebels.